You are covered in the blood. You are favored. Right, Makatonda Yataya. No weapon fashioned against us shall prosper. Lord, I thank you for the power of resurrection that is at work in my life and situation for a sustained breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I ask for a deployment of the power of the Holy Spirit into your finances for notable and sustainable breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I breathe on you the Spirit of God upon your life, upon your finances, upon your business. May the power of God come afresh upon you. I curse, I block, I thwart, I sabotage, I put down, I throw down every force of darkness contending with you. Let that power bow in the name of Jesus. For this is the day the Lord has made. May you rejoice and be glad in it. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. In his presence there is fullness of joy. At his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. By strength shall no man prevail. With God on your side, you are powerful than the powerful, stronger than the strongest. In the name of Jesus, when God is on your side, power is on your side, favor is on your side, glory is on your side. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former. I pray for you. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May you be lifted. May you be elevated. May God grant you favor in every sphere of your life. In the name of Jesus, may God elevate you. May your going out be blessed. May your coming in be blessed. Wherever the sole of your feet shall tread upon, may you possess the place. I pray that any witchcraft coven plotting and scheming, planning and plotting against your destiny, let every force of darkness backfire by fire, backfire by fire. Break every conspiracy. Break in the name of Jesus. Break is your word, not like hammer breaking rocks into pieces. I block, I break, I pull down, I throw down every works of the devil. I cover you in the blood. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May God order your steps into all righteousness. May you be elevated. May you be favored. May God bless you with marriage, bless you with finances, bless you with wealth and riches. Rabadusa tokataya. Makatonda yataya. Rabadosata. Let victory be your portion. Upon Mount Zion there shall be deliverance, and the house of glory success, and the house of Holy of Holies, and the house of God shall be victorious. You are covered in the blood. You are favored. May you be lifted. May you rise and never come down. May God arise and let your enemies be scattered. You are covered in the blood. May you be elevated. May God cover you in the blood. By the efficacy of the blood, let every mountain crumble. Let every valley be filled. Let every crooked ways be made straight. I cover you in the blood. May God keep you safe. I pray for the church of God. I pray for the world. I pray for businesses. I pray for your career. I pray for your children. I pray for your child. I pray for your husband, your wife, your fiancé, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your helpers. I pray and prophesy. May your destiny helpers locate you right now. Rubado gado zateya, regado mankoto mateka tekataya, rabado gadaba. Break every force of darkness. May you be blessed. May you be lifted. Be blessed. Be lifted. Be exalted. You are covered in the blood. You are blessed and highly favored. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
me free more. I'm a name come we. Ya me way me free more. Yes, so feed your mommy. You try my number. You can't tell me to me so sad. Maybe you dawa brabo. So what
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right where you are, stick and stay right here. It's a blessed morning. 28th of June 2023, the year of our Lord. It's your favorite morning show, Thursday, Wednesday edition of Mpɔtam morning show. We're streaming live at Rockin' Wide on www.mortonghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. We are here to give you the best, to inform you, to educate you, and to entertain you. The best is here to come. Expect the best. Very soon we'll go for updates and reports on the Assin not by election. Yesterday, everything came to a close. So far, so good. The eventual winner is Honorable James Gyakye Quayson, winning 57.56% of the votes. That makes him the winner of the Assin not by election. He's going to be sworn in again. He's the only man who had been sworn in twice as a member of parliament. In fact, in the history of Ghana, he went in 2020. It's actually on the 7th January 2021. He entered parliament on the 7th of January 2021. And the Supreme Court declared just last month that there should be a by-election. The same person was presented by the NDC as their candidate, and he's won the election again. He's won the seat for the NDC. So Honorable Gyakye Quayson is MP elect by law. MP elect. He used to be the MP. He was taken out of parliament, stood again to be voted for, won the election, so he's MP elect until the Speaker of Parliament swans him in. He's still MP elect. But the end of the matter is Gyakye Quayson is now the rep for the people of Assin North. And so we'll go to our reporter, He is still in Assin North. So he will be climaxing and giving us all the updates. He will sum everything up for us. Yesterday we had a long day. God gave us the strength. We told you we'll give you credible news, authentic figures. And our projections also came to pass. PAPALAW Radio, building communities together with you. How's your community looking like? How's the place? Tidy up the place with your compound. Clear the gutters. Sweep your compound. Let's make our communities a living heaven. A living heaven. And so that Ghana in generality will be clean, so that we have a clean Ghana. Alright, show produced by GH, my co-host David Santos. 37 minutes on top of the hour. 6 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. I want you to hit the share button, share the message on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends. I want you to put into your search engine, type PAPALAW Radio /TV, like the page, put your notification button on, so that anytime we come online, you'll be first to be notified. This is Mpɔtam Morning Show. I'm your host, PAPALAW Perfect, on PAPALAW Radio. And then we'll be educated by Mr. John Apia, the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. He'll be educating us on how we can job search process at the BAM Conference Hall, University of Ghana. This Saturday is hosting the all-important conference for job seekers in Ghana. You can't miss it for anything. Early birds, you are paying 150. If you want to buy the ticket at the gate, it's 200 Ghana cedis only. Alright, so rush, get in touch and be part of this all-important job search conference at the BAM Conference Room. And then we also have the politicians take the center stage. We are going to do politics. So Barika de Salah to all our Muslim brothers and sisters across the globe. Idil Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers and sisters and all the families. Idil Adda, Idil Mubarak, Barika de Salah. Mute. Alright, so stick and stay right here. Let me acknowledge our sponsors. When it comes to food, the only place to go is Homie's Restaurant and Pub. Homie's Restaurant and Pub. This is their menu. Fufu with all kinds of soup, banku and okro, or tilapia and pesi with kontomire or garden egg stew, ebunu, bush meat, jollof rice, fried rice, wache, and assorted drinks. They have all kinds of drinks. You know what I mean? Every kind of drink. I just went for my breakfast. They also serve you with delicious breakfast. They work as early as 6 a.m. and as late as 11 p.m. Between these hours, you have any kind of food to eat. 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. They also have delivery service available. So contact Homie's Restaurant and Pub on 0244 887349, 0244 887349, or 0269 314725. Homie's Restaurant and Pub is located at Tema Community 9, directly opposite the driving school, close to the washing bay. Homie's Restaurant and Pub will feed you with healthy foods. Seban koko tondia ene koko yendia ediba kope na ewose wodwe ho eno ne Kwadu Farms omo wo broilers and omo ton broilers layers white and omo ton 14 Ghana cedis, brown omo ton 13 cedis 50 pesos, 13 cedis 50 pesos. Omo cockerels, white cocks and omo 22 Ghana cedis, brown cocks and omo ton 5 cedi 50 pesos. Plymouth and the men and a friend check you know almost on 5 Ghana cedis, 5 Ghana cedis. Sasso breast and so almost on 9 cedi 50 pesos. Gyakye Quayson Farms a Chikwine a Tantra Hills. A brand of bioma ponto was only a man for a bedidra. Omon Kokonomo Fefi Ivory Coast, Omo yet nationwide delivery. Just a baby war Ghana shares will be a Omode and Kokoni Betuma Toa or O from Wahumaisua. Babia will be omo de beto open so bomb horse and Miss Omo Tantra Hills or from a direction I can omo de bemau from 0245 99 quadruple 0 0245990000 and I said 0243 50 2811 0243 50 2811 Kwadu Farms almost say don't be a seasonal farmer in chain Emma Bribinru and Sana what to akoko and answer why ye and cocoa na akoko eba shoes so dey any belt any bags there and one nana one shoes is into sales of all kinds of shoes for kids and adults. When it comes to bags, belts and shoes, the only place to go is Nana One Shoes. Nana One Shoes is located at Community 11, directly opposite the Community 11 School Complex. Contact Nana One Shoes on 0256 836112 0256 836112. Nana One Shoes, quality is their hallmark. Now when it comes to photography, the only place to go is Shabak Photography, formerly Shaba Rich Photography. You're into all kinds of photography, passport size photograph, photo shoot for all events. Contact Shabak Photography for your wedding stuff, your engagement stuff, your naming ceremonies and the likes. Contact Shabak Photography on 0244 671593 0244 671593 Shabak Photography. And when it comes to balloon decor, the only place to go is Lottie-Law Balloon Decor. Lottie-Law Balloon Decor. Lottie-Law Balloon Decor is located at Community 1, directly opposite Community 1 Zenith Bank TMA branch. Zenith Bank TMA branch. Lottie-Law Balloon Decor is into all kinds of balloon decors during your weddings, your engagement, your birthday parties, and your naming ceremonies. They are also into wrapping of your gift or your stuffs for you during your weddings, your engagement, and for every event. Contact Lottie-Law on 0542 371320 0542 371320. Amania Mekomui. Come on, go ahead and praise the name of the Lord. Shot fire, fingers crossed. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from every evil. For thine is thy kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen and amen. Forever, O God, thy word is settled in heaven. May the word of God settle every dichotomy in your life. May God increase you on every side. May God empower you. Go ahead and praise the name of the Lord. I welcome you one more time to your favorite morning show, Mpɔtam with PAPALAW Perfect on PAPALAW Radio. It's 45 minutes on top of the hour, 6 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.mountainghana.com, online radiobox.com. I have on the line a reporter all the way in Assin North of the central region of Ghana, Gyakye, to give us the final update on Assin North by-election. I'm so excited because I've witnessed this all-important history-making by-election. Winia, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Well, by the grace of God, it's another day.
How's the weather condition at Assin North? Precisely where are you?
Yes, I'm still in Assin Breku.
Assin Breku, that's yes, the capital.
The capital of Assin North.
That's
where,
amazing.
All the actions ended yesterday.
I like that. Gyakye Quayson is an indigene of Assin Breku, as well as Charles Opoku, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, but the choice for Charles Opoku as an indigene for Assin Breku did not
play a role,
yielded the results that they desire to achieve.
That's right. That's right. So what's happening from yesterday? Wrapping up the NDC after holding a press conference, and the MPP on the other side through their IT official Intori. Mr. Intori declared that they've lost it, and they've accepted the defeat and all that. And the EC officially declaring James Gyakye Quayson, the most famous politician currently, the man who is trending all over the world for this victory. What can you report about?
All right. So yesterday, as we indicated to our viewers and listeners that we were bringing them every information, every story, all the updates from Assin North. We rightly did that, and I'm sure our listeners are grateful for what we did for them yesterday.
The team actually did a great job, a yeoman's job, especially you. Always, giving us a minute to minute and an hour to hour credible and authentic report.
So for my 3-day stay in Assin North, at the end of the day, the result that the EC declared was that the MPP Chasopoku was able to amass 12,630 votes. Sefenu, who represented the LPG, got 87 votes, and James Gyakye Quayson
overall 87 votes.
Yes, overall 87 votes. So it means that he couldn't even average 1 vote per polling station.
And even the rejected vote was more than her vote.
No, more. Because we had 456 rejected votes. And so James Gyakye Quayson obtained 17,243 votes, which in effect means that James Gyakye Quayson is coming back to Parliament to continue what he was doing as a member of Parliament. So they were expecting 41,168 people to cast their vote yesterday.
That's right.
And 30,418 people did take part in the exercise. With 456 rejected votes, it means that the valid vote cast was 29,962. That is what the EC presented.
So the total turnout compared to Kumewu this time is more than Kumewu.
Yes, this one is more than Kumewu in terms of the percentage. This is more than Kumewu. I told you yesterday that looking at the queue that had been formed even around 10 and 11 a.m. in the morning was an indication that there will be a higher voters turnout.
That's right.
So, and it's played out after the counting and the collation of the results. So from last night, the NDC has been jubilating here in Assin, across the towns in the constituency, because almost every corner today we've gotten the indication that there's going to be a float in town, and so we will try as much as we can to get some footages for our viewers from Assin Breku this morning. So before the election, there were a lot of predictions, there were lots of polls and others, but at the end of the day, the real polls are the ones that
the electorate
casted yesterday. And there was this song, we reported to you that money sharing was Sikano. And Papa, if MPP want to do something in 2024 election, I think this particular election has shown them what they have to do differently. Yesterday, as I told you, the NDC took us to the collation center. Unfortunately, the MPP did an interview to indicate that they've lost, but they did not give us details of their collation, and it has also brought a new troll in town that they are now unable to collate their result. Gyakye Quayson, in speaking to the media, said that this victory for himself, the victory is for himself.
Sorry to cut in, but don't you think the MPP, realizing that defeat was staring at their fate, decided to, let go and not showcase any,
Oh yes, that I agree with you on that, because right from
I'm sure
the onset,
that's why they didn't show any muscles.
yeah, right from the start of the counting. In my earlier report, I told you that Praso, where I was, is a stronghold of the MPP, and they were getting numbers. Honorable Gyakye Quayson won a polling station, in fact, 2 polling stations in Praso out of the 4. When you go to Kushia, which is also the stronghold of the MPP, Honorable Gyakye Quayson got some numbers, 2 polling stations out of 4. And so right from the start of the counting, it was obvious that he was going to win, because for the interior, the remote areas where the NDC have the upper hand, the numbers that were coming were massive. The margins were great, and NDC picked a lot of votes from the MPP stronghold, and I am not surprised that the margin went beyond 4,000 as we are speaking to you now this morning.
That's amazing. So let's stick to Honorable Gyakye Quayson and the NDC. What did the trick for the NDC, in your own estimation?
Okay, so first of all, we've been talking about the fact that he could get the sympathy of the people, considering his age. People think that his age, he's not coming in to look for money. People think that he's coming because he wants to serve the people after spending most of his productive years in Canada. People think that he's been maltreated because of the love that he has for the constituency. He's unnecessarily being victimized for no crime committed. Last 3 days, I told you that it is not everybody who understands the legal tussle that he's going through.
Exactly.
And in this country, we believe in Otanhun, that statement, or Otanhun. And yesterday, when you speak to people, even literate, so to speak, you will get to know that the NDC had their message clear to the people. One of which was also the fact that the MPP needed the seats to pass a bill that can legalize gay, lesbianism and gayism in this country. And that message, I don't know whether the MPP underrated the impact of that message. Indeed, it went down with the people. And as part of their jubilation, you could hear some of them singing Yempe gay, Yempe Trumuchumu. It's early days here.
That's right.
That's exactly what they were saying. They were singing that they don't want an MP who
LGBTQ.
Yes. So that message sank well with the people. And there are some key members in NDC who had time in the constituency. One typical example is a minority leader. And if you have followed the electoral fortunes of the minority leader and all the elections that he has contested as MP in the Ejumako Enyanesia, you will know that he is one person who knows how to win election. He knows what to do to get an electoral result. He spent more than 2 weeks in this constituency, and the amazing thing about him was that he was not seen at where the NDC held their town hall meetings. He was with the people. He went to the villages, the thick forest, spoke to farmers, You know, he's from a farming community. He is a farmer himself. His parents were all farmers, and so he could understand their language, and that could also do the trick for them. Now, when it comes to the monocracy, as we tend to call it,
That's right.
I would say that the NDC did it perfectly. You see, in election, when you give me maybe 500 cities to go and vote, I would think that you are buying my conscience. But if you give me a tool that I'm using for my work, here there are a lot of farmers, a lot, about 70% of the residents here are farmers who are doing farming as their source of livelihood. And so the NDC decided not to give them money prior to the election. They decided to give them farm inputs. Some were giving Wellington boots, cutlasses, and others, especially in the villages. And that one, the people appreciated it than the money that the MPP gave on the day of election. And even on this particular money, how it was being carried about, how that exercise was being carried, is something that I was discussing with my colleague this morning, that it is the worst election strategy that any political party can adopt on the day of election. Because, for instance, in Kushia, there was a house that was just 20 meters away from the polling center, and people were being pulled from the queue to go and collect the money before they come to vote. And when you do this, I mean, you are just trying to tell the people that until they are giving money, nothing can happen. So some of these factors went against the MPP. The NDC were clear with their message. They calculated their message very well, looked at the mentality of the people, and made sure that the message sank well with them, because almost everybody has sympathy with a man. Because
so the sympathy vote played a role, critical role, I should say.
Yes, and yesterday I spoke to some of the people who were jubilating, and they were young people. They aren't old; they are young, 20s and their 30s, and they are saying even if the man is jailed,
right,
they will still vote for him anytime he's able to contest. So
they will allow him to legislate from even in prison.
Yes, if the laws will allow. So you could see.
How true is this? When Honorable Gyakye Quayson says MPP bigwigs supported me but couldn't do that publicly. How true is this assertion?
You see, during campaign, people say all sort of things. Remember the former president saying that Edra Batwa kind of didn't shock a. So since hearing that statement from the horse's own mouth, sometimes I listen to some of these people with different perspectives, and then do a little more analysis on what they say. It could be true, because these people, they are friends, they are classmates, they are court mates, everything. Some of them, they attend the same church, they are members of the same family, and you see, politics is just like football. Kwesinyantuchi kept on saying football people, and so we have political people. I am sure even from the MPP side, you might get one or two people
certainly
who will sympathize with
you. Don't expect everybody to. Yes,
because these politicians, they have their kids schooling outside. Some are citizens of other countries, and if they don't have that sympathy, why is there a bill in Parliament to revoke that portion of the Constitution which forbade people holding dual citizen contesting?
That's right.
You get it. So the politicians, they've come to realization that today, last time it was an MPP MP, today it's an NDC MP. Why don't we do something about that particular law? So I won't be surprised if we have big wings of the MPP supporting. And you know, this particular election result can have a tone on the choice for flag bearer for the MPP ahead of the 2024
Certainly.
because looking at what people are saying, people are reading so many meanings into it, and
They are tired with the AKUFO-ADDO administration.
in our subsequent, maybe in our analysis, I can bring it out over there. So I am not surprised when I get to know that some MPP big wins were supporting Gyakye Quayson to win.
Okay, so let's look at this from another angle. Voters in Assin North have shown they have conscience. One of the shot Gyakye Quayson threw to his detractors. I was treated unfairly, and I mean he's alluding to the fact that how he was removed, his removal from Parliament, was unfairly done. He said, "I'm innocent until proven guilty." So, combining all these, what is your thought on this statement made by our winner, Honorable Gyakye Quayson?
So, as I kept on saying, or I keep on saying, we are doing politics. You want the mandate of the people. You want the people to vote for you. You need to deliver a message. Remember, he's not in government. He is not, his party is not in government, that he can promise that I'll fix your road for you. Because if you bring in fixing of road, the government is already doing that. Whether they will stop after the by-election.
On a lighter note, I was about asking, is the contractor still on site?
Oh yes, the machines are here. Okay. So I don't think they will leave soon, and I will not be surprised if they leave, because that has been the practice of politicians. So you want the people to vote for you. We've seen situations where presidential aspirants go to homes, clean, pound fufu, and try to come down to the level of the people for them to also believe that they are just like them. So I am not, I will not begrudge him for using that particular words in the campaign. In any case, is he not facing legal battle? Yes, he is. And anybody who is facing legal battle, especially from the side of the government, will think that the government is victimizing the person. Sometimes some of the journalists will make statements that are reckless, but anytime the law decides to act on them, we will say that there was culture of silence, they are suppressing media freedom. It happens when the opposition party leader defies the law and the law decides to bite the person. You will have members of the party also trying to play politics out of it. And so I wasn't surprised, and I think that was the best message that he could have. Because what brought about the by-election? The MP is not dead. The MP is not incapable to carry on his duty. The MP has not resigned. So why by-election? It is because as at the time that you were you are filing your nomination, you did not qualify. But today, as we speak to you now, you qualify to contest.
That's right.
So if I did not qualify and today I qualify, why don't you allow me to do my work? Because I knew before the day of election, my certificate would be ready. And indeed, the certificate was ready before the people gave me the mandate. So if you are explaining it from that angle, you definitely say that the man is pursued for no reason. But hey, it's law. The law says as at the time you are filing, you should have your document ready. So all these things come to play, and I think he used the best message to win the sympathy of the people. And hey, the most important thing in a game is to win, and he has won.
Your final words.
Well, I would say that it was a good exercise. There were lots for us to analyze, and I think in the subsequent days you'll be doing
tomorrow
that.
We'll do
what
that.
is the effect of this particular by-election on the government and all other things that this election relates with? My final word is that for me, if I'm a member of the MPP, and even if I am the Techimensa who took the case to court on the criminality regarding the man, I would have withdrawn the statement or that particular charge. Or maybe the government can play politics with that, especially when it comes to passage of budgets and those things. But this particular election has solidified the NDC and has given them a strong standing going into 2024. Even though this is just one constituency, I think that the man has turned this constituency to become one of the strongholds of the NDC. And I won't be surprised if the president or the former president wins this constituency in 2024. I am expecting the MPP to organize themselves and come back strongly. Already, this result is bringing cracks, considering the reactions from the supporters of especially the presidential aspirant. You could see that some are dissatisfied by some comments made by these supporters, and some are also saying that the AKUFO-ADDO factor in the party is not working. And
it's so dead and gone.
Yes, they should get a candidate who has no ally with the AKUFO-ADDO and can bring the party back to power, or can retain power for the party.
That's right.
So in the coming days, we will be interrogating.
A lot will happen tomorrow, and then Friday we will do justice to that. Thank you very much. You've really done a great job, human job. We appreciate you so much. On my own behalf and PAPALAW Media, we appreciate your effort. God bless you and keep you. We are grateful.
All right, so now we are making arrangements to go back to Ijumako.
That's right. May God keep you safe. That's right. So safe trip back home.
Right.
Thank you, sir. All right, so that was our reporter, Kweku Efriye, speaking to us on the just ended election. Assin not by election. 10 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. It's your favorite morning show, Mpɔtam. Now let me give you the weather forecast for today. The northern sector will continue to experience rain this morning, becoming partly cloudy later in the day. Southern Ghana is also expected to be cloudy with cases of rain this morning into the afternoon. Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET, says. Good stories are always repeated. Like I always say, the northern sector will continue to experience rain this morning, becoming partly cloudy later in the day. Southern Ghana is also expected to be cloudy with cases of rain this morning into the afternoon. Ghana Meteorological Agency says. Now let me give you the headlines for today. News that are making headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. James Gyakye Quayson wins Assin North by election with 57.56%. Gyakye Quayson's victory is not surprising. His popularity soared. Professor Jampo Sapapa Simbi Obekambi Compound House in Munzenzem House to debate anti-gay bill. I'm interested in this particular debate. 5 ministers respond to questions yesterday. Latest form donate to National Chief Imam towards Idil Adha. James Gyakye Quayson proud of Assin North constituent after claimed victory. $7 million food security project launched. UCC inaugurate training resort. Conference center at Aguna Nyakrom. mind be ye femino me nara Ghana ye menotia asempa yetia wonsom ye dinipa na ye ono pay matching chia prosi for me chia military asoja for chia for ni nyina chia the presidency the judiciary the parliament of Ghana chia dwadi for nyina driver for mate for a teacher for near school for journalists, broadcasters for you may be a lawyer for, doctor for, nurse for, hairdresser for fashion designers and not tailors or dressmakers. Chia Munina, PAPALAW Radio, Mpɔtam Morning Show, Emma Munina Chi, Emma Baba, Jumedi Kesia Yatudi, Mpɔtam Morning Show, within the PAPALAW Perfect. It's streaming at www.mountainghana.com online, radiobox.com. MPP Big Wigs supported me but couldn't do that publicly. Gyakye Quayson. Police detained 5 individuals involved in disruptive act during Assin not by election. The be ye feminu 40 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. Voters in Assin not have shown they have conscience. Hey, victory can cause people to talk. Honorable Gyakye Quayson, I didn't know you are so vociferous. Anyway, congratulations. You deserve it. Voters in Assin not have shown they have conscience. Pan-African Savings and Loans launches Mama, a female-focused empowering financial services program. Launches Mama. Dabuase drowning tragedy, third body retrieved. That's in Zuri of our. Or do you see anywhere you appear on foul? So I'm not surprised. Assin not by election, alleged imposter in military uniform arrested. Ashanti GJ holds Excellence Awards. I was treated unfairly. Gyakye Quayson on his removal from Parliament. Assin not by election. NDC MPP trade counter accusations of vote buying. I'm innocent until proven guilty. Gyakye Quayson replies AKUFO-ADDO. Tallow oil NGO support physically challenge with wheelchairs. Fish company provides Akuse police with office accommodation. Low patronage of meat, livestock. Public advice to avoid consuming sick, dead animals. Egara fonya enam emwa she no be akofa kisi ekure ekore no Ghana ni nyai ewuramu na mowe mose eden afi nkrofo nto na yento ne yemini emu ne nyare ana Nedco Viare donate to Gabon Development Fund. Assin not win is a signal to the rest of Ghana. NDC's Fifi Kwete, the current General Secretary of the NDC. ICAC urges members to provide mentorship to accounting students. Petroleum gas tanker drivers declare strike over poor roads. Metamochi sachacha. Mese metamochi. Mo parking in nyinansi wo. Na mo fu won so na mo parking so ayenya fu wo. I say we park a car so because mo na mo transport a crude na fu or na dey call filling station. O hwe tema pa. Kwan o mo nam so mo ho no. E ho nyina sei. Bad roads. Germany ready to return expropriated African cultural objects expropriated. African cultural objects, expert claims knowledge gaps. Botswana delegation visit Jospon group's waste treatment plant. Dr. Sian de me fele rough fire dear Ghana near all the also versus a ball and why ye and pa ball and am why ye tinkwa abojuma papa also obwa maya mechanized farming nyamishira papa yenya ye dua ye mo yenya ye twa osi machine na ne bedua machine na ne betwa nyamishira Dr. Sian nyamim peja no onyo kese enforced by laws that prohibit littering. Hassan Ayariga eno kwa de beta wachi Ghana for to tunia odi aduane na oteka mukura no atu say e bam. Police assure Assin not resident of adequate security. Then Nra said almost shimo me e wo kwan so NDC for you. And 2024 year Ampaya promote citizens' participation in local governance. Expert to stakeholders. MTN in U10 over increase in mobile money withdrawal transaction fees. Kambati mupiga. Kaye nyine dwane akovoda fo. Mode mu hu ani wu pa sika ni bre MTN. Sika ni bre. Foreigners amoni bre sika beji Ghana boso. Ede kura mumunye sika chen Ghana ban. Ye koyi ye sika nso amosa betete ye rough. Afeni ma ye U10. Kamobeti mupiga. Ya Ghana for ne hu enwanwa. Ade kura ye free kura ye se ye mpe. MTN na chesa ye dama. Ghana will achieve debt sustainability. China envoy. Speaker attacks politics of monetization. That's what it. Now, onje bida. Speaker. Wache bida de. Kaguma sumboko. Speaker. Onje ska wo bi aseda. Wo be ye member of parliament 20 something years. One just gather. Mugabe. Edu baby no Speaker Babin, E.T. Mensah, and then there was one man I've forgotten his name. No, you're from Three Wise Men. Mutra Parliament chair. What is gada? Hey, as a non-by election, please deploy drones to complement security measures. Ejabo. 20 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modingana.com, online radiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button, share the message on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends, and tell me about your experience during the Assin not by election. Tell us more about how you felt. Who were you supporting? Did your favorite candidate win? I'm going to educate you very soon. We'll go on the line and speak to Mr. John Apia, the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. I'm going for a quick break, and when I'm back, we'll educate you. Stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show.
Yamishira, Mamani Paya, the Foa, and Yanum. Yafanya Mistroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, Abraham, Boya, Amoya Muraye, Abeya, Efianara, Amabaya, Efianara, Janova, Asitra, Efianara,
Moye Bray, ye be ye, Femino, me and Nara, stick and stay right here. It's Mpɔtam morning show. We're rocking and streaming live on www.mortingghana.com, online, radiobox.com. PAPALAW Radio, building communities together with you. Here we educate. Honorable Mr. John Appiah is already on the line. He's the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. That tells you how passionate he is when it comes to youth development. My Excellency in the making. Your Excellency, good morning.
Obeyema, Assin,
I thought as much. Morning. How are you doing?
By His grace, we are very well.
The Lord is faithful. We are bouncing around. We had a long day yesterday.
Yes.
Making sure that we feed our viewers and listeners with what is happening.
Yes.
Updates from Assin, not our reporters were there.
Well.
So
you did well. I
by
was happy to
God's
see
grace.
you in the evening again, and I'm
That's
like,
right.
hey, my man is preparing for
telling
election
you.
2024. We are going to compete squarely
I'm
with
telling
the
you.
Joy FMs
I'm
and the
telling
City
you.
FMs
I'm
and the
telling
Adom
you.
FMs of our
That's
time.
right.
Yeah, give
That's
it up,
right.
give
That's
it up,
right.
give it up.
Thank you, sir. How is the family?
Oh, we are well.
We thank
We are well
God.
by
We
His
thank
grace.
God. So
Yes,
your general overview when it comes to youth development in Ghana.
Yes, it's still work in progress. For me, one of the greatest things that will make me happy is to know that in a particular by-election, all the people contesting are under 50 years or
That's right.
under 45 years. I mean, that will significantly, tell us that our people are beginning to appreciate the fact that young people also have what it takes to make the difference.
That's right.
And we are working towards that day that, if you want the top CEOs across the country, about 60% of them will be under 50 years, and then eventually we would have a president who's under 60 years. I think that would be really
I
good
pray
for
for
us to see.
the
Yes,
same.
please.
So let's look at our program, our upcoming program this Saturday, the Job Search Workshop 2023, and I'm so poised. I'm gearing up to be there because this one, everyone who is a job seeker or anybody who is out of school or out of any profession
Yes.
must be there. It's a must. And it's
Yes.
happening this Saturday at 8 a.m. At BAM Library Conference Room at the
Yes.
University of Ghana, Legon. And the
Exactly.
date is first. Amazingly, it's on the 1st of the 7th month. A
Yeah.
month that is full of surprises. So
Amen.
I think everybody must be there. We encourage all and sundry to be there. I mean, it's just too amazing. Why should one attend the Job Search Workshop 2023?
Yes. So I think that it's important for us to understand that, especially in this economy we find ourselves in, it is expressly important for people to survive, or people to have a source of income, a source of daily bread. Because if, imagine, amidst the difficulties and the challenges,
That's right.
you are also unemployed. You are not able to take good care of yourself. Even when you are sick, you cannot afford to go to the hospital. When you are hungry, you cannot afford to buy the food you want to eat. It all complicates matters for you. And as we said 2 days ago, your mental health is also greatly affected if you don't have a good job going for you. So we are seeking to use this conference or this workshop as an avenue to be able to equip job seekers. And I must be quick to add that job seekers does not only mean those who don't have a job. There are people that have jobs but are looking for jobs elsewhere.
That's right.
And it is still
This
the
is
same
deep.
principles. Yeah, it's the same principles that you need to apply to be able to get a job, even when you have a job. So it is the case that we are trying to bring all people together who are looking for better opportunities, who are looking for opportunities to be gainfully employed. And we're going to bring the experts into the place to be able to help equip all these participants with the relevant skills they need to allow them to be able to look for the right job, and also to be able to apply successfully and eventually be able to get that job they've been looking for. So the essence of the workshop is to give practical, on the hands or on the job experience, practical, something that is not theoretical, something that you just copy from the internet and apply. We're going to make it very, very practical, that will allow participants to be able to learn as much as they can, apply as much as they can, and that they would leave the conference room feeling empowered, energized, and equipped to be able to go out there to get a job that they desire for.
So the early bird is still available. So early bird is 150, and then those who want to buy the ticket from the gate is 200 Ghana cedis.
Yes, please.
So can you put the WhatsApp number, any WhatsApp number?
Yes, please. Yes, please. 0243.
That's right.
317 275.
Can you please take it again for us?
0243 317 275.
Right.
Once they WhatsApp this number, we'll give them further information, and we are able to, as it were, respond to their queries and their questions and help them to register and participate in the upcoming workshop.
So let's embark on our journey. Today is our third day, and we'll be educating listeners and viewers the need to be part of job seekers search workshop. And so today we want to focus on CV writing. So when we say CV or curriculum vitae, what do we mean here?
Yes. So leaning on from what we started some few days ago, we've gotten to a point where we need to talk about the CVs. You know, honestly, before you get a job, you should be able to present a document that sort of talks about you, that sells you, that markets you to the point that you're able to catch the attention of the recruiters, you're able to catch the attention of the prospective employer, and they are able to then move you from just the CV stage to the point where they actually want to talk to you and engage with you because they see you as a potential fit for the job. And then also, because there are lots of, you know, applicants almost to every job vacancy that is advertised, it is increasingly becoming the case that HR practitioners and recruiters have very little time to look through a CV. So if your CV doesn't cut it, if your CV doesn't have what it takes, if your CV doesn't even, it's not well packaged, for example, it is not well written and it's all over the place, do not waste their time on it because there are lots of CVs that have to be reviewed, upon which they can then select a few people that can move them to the next level or to the next stage. So it is important for people to understand that what we're talking about today is critical in the job search process. So a CV, you know, is typically a document that is used in applying for jobs. And what it does is that the CV is a document that will allow you to be able to summarize your education, your skills, and your relevant work experiences, enabling you to successfully sell yourself for that potential employer. Let me go over it again. So there are some key parts of it that you need to understand. One, it is a written document. All right. It is not a verbal document. It is a written document. Now, what goes into that written document? It contains a summary of your education and your skills and your relevant work experiences. Because you see, what it is that you cannot capture everything in the CV. That is why we say it's a summary. Because, you know, you've gone to several schools, you've done lots of courses, you have had a lot of experiences and all that, but you possibly cannot capture all that in one document. If you have to do that, probably you are going to write a book. All right. So we are saying that the CV is a summary document that captures the highlights of your education and your skills and your relevant work experience. It is important that it is relevant because then it should have a direct link to the job that you are applying for. So if you're applying for an accountancy role and then in your CV you have no education about accountancy, you have no practical experience about accountancy, you have no skills relevant to the accountant role you're applying for, then your CV will be thrown out of the window. All right. So it's important for our listeners to understand that your CV should contain necessarily relevant education and skills and work experience that will enable you to be able to catch the attention of your job recruiter. And remember that the job recruiter is looking for a specific thing. That is why that vacancy was put out there, to allow them to be able to look through the numbers and be able to select the right person for the role or for the job. So people will have to understand that you need to have a document, a written document that allows you to capture in a summary format your education, your work experiences, your skills, your competencies, your expertise, which should be relevant to what it is that you are applying for, in order for you to be able to catch the attention of the people that matter in the job search process.
The last time I spoke to my American friend, he
she kept saying resume. So what's the difference between CV and resume?
Okay, so there are lots of schools of thought around that, and you know, if you take our American brothers, and then you take our British people, we have the center can be spelled in a particular way, can also be spelled in a particular way, and sometimes even pronunciations differs when you're an American and then when you are a British person and all that. But in the nutshell,
but I think Ghana,
we're the British-oriented kind.
That's right.
So in the nutshell, the main difference, in my opinion, is the fact that usually the resume is straight to the point. It is usually like a 1 page, a maximum 1.5 pages, you know. But the CV usually is more detailed, because then you need to capture a lot more information in your CV. Do you get my point? So sometimes people interchangeably use CVs and their resume. The main idea is that for the resume, it's usually a summary document, very short summarized form that paints a picture of what it is you can do. So for example, if we take you and then you're able to write your CV, there are lots of things you have done that you have to capture in your CV. But if it's just a resume, you know, we can just make it just a page that will capture maybe the highlights of your education and then your relevant work experience, especially specific to the role you're supposed to play. So the resume is usually a shortened version of a CV, you know, and usually with a resume, there are no hard and fast rules around how it is done. But for CVs, you need to follow a particular format to be able to get the attention you need and to be able to get you the opportunity that you're looking out for.
So what are the key components of proper CV?
Good. Key components, yes. There's a lot that people talk about when it comes to CVs, but we're going to try and summarize it, or try and just hit on some few key areas. I think that the first most important thing that has to be captured in a CV is your contact details. It is very important. Sometimes people are too excited about applying for a job that they can put together a CV and forget to put the key contact details on the document. I have seen a particular person who just has a phone number on the CV. Now it got to the point where they had to send an offer letter to the person, but there was no email, so they had to call the person and request for an email before they were able to send it via the email. Now in the case where you just have just your contact number on your CV and then the employer is trying to reach you and the network is bad or your phone is switched off, doesn't mean that there's no other means by which they can reach you. So at least for your CV, you need to have your contact details, your full name, no nickname, no shortcuts or whatever, your full name as it is on your birth certificate or in your passport or in any document that legally captures who you are. So it has to contain your full name, it has to contain your address. All right. In those days, we used to do a lot of PO boxes, but now we don't do it again. But at least there should be a form of geographical address that will let people know that, well, you are based in AKUFO-ADDO, you are based in Korea, you are based in New York, you are based in London. All right. So you need to have that addressing system sorted out in your contact details. Then your mobile number, which is very important because we are very mobile. If you put a landline there, you are not at home, it means you're going to miss that call or that opportunity. So your mobile number has to be on your CV. It's important you put a number that works. Don't put 3 or 4 or 5 numbers when you know that you don't use those numbers regularly. Your most regular active number, that is what you have to capture as part of your contact details. And of course, you need to put in your address, your email address, which is important. Speaking about email addresses, I have seen some very weird email addresses in formal CVs, and I get so surprised. Somebody has an email address like sessigogome@yahoo.com.
Look at that. You expect me to write back to you.
And you have an email address like fineboy@gmail.com. And papabi@yahoo.com. You need to formalize it because this is a formal document. So you need to get a particular kind of email which is very, very formal. So that one will encourage job applicants to be able to get the right email address onto their CV. So the first part is your contact details, which is very important. And then you have what sometimes people call your personal statement. The personal statement is usually a paragraph that sort of captures who you are, what you want to do, and what you are looking out for. All right. So some will also want to call it your profile. It's just a concise statement that highlights your key attributes that helps you to stand out from the crowd. It is usually placed at the beginning of a CV. All right, so that it picks out your relevant achievement and skills, and then also talks about your career ambitions or career aims. You get the point. So
Yes, sir.
that's just like usually 3, 4, 5 lines. For example, I'm a trained communicator with about 5 years of experience, having worked with 3 or 4 radio stations. I am looking forward to an opportunity that will allow me to bring my communication skills to help any media organization to grow. So then it captures aptly your key skills, your key experiences, and then of course your key career goals. So that is extremely important. You need to pay attention to that. And then you need to also capture your education. It's important. You need to capture your education, even if it's just one school you have attended which is relevant to the job you're applying for. You need to be able to do that. So imagine somebody is looking for a job and the person has the KG he or she attended, the day nursery he or she attended. It is not relevant, especially if we're looking for somebody entry level or beyond entry level. Then you don't have to go and put your creche you attended. Some people attended some school for just 2 weeks and left for another place. They are capturing all this under the education. It makes it very cumbersome for your prospective employer or recruiter to be able to scan through and see the relevant education that you've had with regards to the job you're applying for. So in your education, you need to remember that you need to bring the most relevant ones. Very, very important. Don't just put anything there under the education session. You need to capture the relevant schools you have attended and the qualifications you have gained or the certifications you have gained as a result of those trainings you have received in those educational institutions. All right. There are times you may even have to put specific dates to let people understand. For example, if you completed Pope John's in 1971, you need to show it that you were from 1968 to 1971, you were in school. But if you just write Pope John's Secondary School and Junior Seminary without any date, it is difficult for the prospective employer to be able to sense gauge, for example, how long you have been away from school and then all that kind of thing. So your education is important and you need to follow a particular format that will allow you to be able to show how relevant your education, your qualification, your certification has been or will be to the job that you are applying for. Now, from the education session, you move on to your work experience. You need to list your work experience starting from your most recent job. So assuming you are still working, you need to show that yes, you are still working in this organization. From this time up to now, you are still working in that organization. You need to also identify the particular organization you are working with. You can't just say a radio presenter from 1971 to 1990. A radio presenter where? Which radio station? Even possibly what particular program were you attached to?
That's
you
right.
know, all these things are very important. So in your work experience, you start from your most recent work experience, and then you put the name of the organization, you put the job title or job role that was given you, and then you give a small highlight of what was expected of you or what it is that you are doing in that particular workplace. That is very important. It's like a brief job description. Sometimes people who write as many as 10 different things they do under one particular job. It is not necessary. Just select the top 3, top 4, maximum top 5. All right, that will give an idea, because your recruiter may not understand what a radio presenter does, but if you're able to capture it under your job description, then it gives an idea to him or her of what it is that you do as a radio presenter. And then I also encourage people to also try and identify some achievements, something that they have done within the period of time that they are working, that will allow them to be able to showcase the fact that they are achievement oriented and that they are able to get results. That's also very important, because if that is not available or if that is not present, it creates a big issue or creates a problem. So you need to also show or capture at least 2 or 3 things that you have done that will allow you to be able to show that you are achievement oriented and that you are able to, as it were, once you get that opportunity, you are able to do what matters. All right, so that's important. Then you come to, so in order of recency. So if you are still working, you state that your previous jobs you've had, the relevant ones, especially as regards to what it is you want to do, like I've said earlier on, so that people will know that it's relevant. If you're a daycare teacher somewhere, which is not relevant to the role you apply for, don't bring it in. Okay. But bring the kind, or you only bring it in when you're able to make a direct example that because I was a daycare teacher, I have developed enough customer service skills that this job that you are looking for a person to fill, I have what it takes to be able to fill it. Okay. Please, I hope you understand.
Yes.
But apart from that, you just put in what is relevant.
So,
yes.
We have all made those mistakes a couple of times, so it's good that you're educating us.
Yes, please.
Everything must appear.
No. It has to be relevant to what it is that you are looking forward to do. Yes, please. So you need to let your work experience there speak a lot for you. So that is extremely important. And then also you need to also talk about your skills and your achievements. Maybe beyond the work you have done, there are some other things that you have done or you have been able to achieve which is relevant to what it is you are looking for. So for example, maybe whilst you were in school, you won the best prefect, and that shows that you have exceptional leadership qualities. You have to also capture that in your CV, especially if it's relevant to the job you're applying for. Maybe whilst you're on campus, you were given ambassador for a particular role and you were able to execute very well, and then therefore you were rewarded for that or given an award for that. If it is relevant to the job you're applying for, you need to capture all those things as well as part of your CV so that you are able to show that you are a result-oriented person, you are achievement-oriented person, and you are somebody who is worth his or her salt. So that I think is very, very important. Now, sometimes too, you may be required to put some of your interest in your CV. And remember that you are always looking at what you're applying for to give you that opportunity to be able to capture the relevant interest to what it is you are doing. So, for example, if you're applying for a radio job, you can put interest, such as you love listening to, let's say, music because you want to become a music DJ, or you're applying for a role in a radio station that requires listening to a lot of music, or you are applying to be an analyst on a sports discussion. You need to show that your interests include watching football, watching sports, and then all that, because then you're able to tie up your relevant interest to the job for which you are applying for. That, I believe, is also very, very critical. And then some instances you may be required to put referees there, but sometimes we advise prospective employees to just write references upon request, because sometimes if you just go ahead and put the references there, it may be the case that those references may not be relevant to the job you're applying for. So, for example, if I use you as my reference, all right, and then I'm applying for a radio job, then it is relevant because then you're able to testify because you have worked with me for a while. But apart from that, we usually see that you just put your references are available upon request, because sometimes it can put people off. So assuming that I have a big bone to pick with you and I see that somebody has used you as a reference, I won't even mind the person in the first place, because I have a bone to pick with you, and it may limit your chances and then prevent you from rising up to the point where you're actually going to be interviewed. So at least in my opinion, these are the basic things that has to be captured in your CV. Remember that there is more to it, but because of the purposes of radio, we'll just limit it to this.
This education alone should convince everybody to be there this Saturday. I'm telling you, because a lot of people put their CVs together and it doesn't actually make sense or hold water. So I think everybody must be there this Saturday. BAM conference room or hall.
Yes, please.
University of Ghana, Legon. Everybody must be there. But can you use the same CV for applying to every job vacancy?
Okay, so let me bring you a practical experience. So let me use you again as a case study. You are the CEO of a company, all right? And then you are advertising for an accountant role, you are advertising for a customer service role, you are advertising for, let's say, a marketing role. And then whilst you're looking through the CVs, you realize that there's one person who has applied for all these jobs. It obviously makes you ask the question, so this person says that he can do all these things that he or she has applied for. So it raises question marks in the minds of the prospective employer if you use your CV to apply for several jobs from the same organization. All right, you need to be specific and targeted, because like we have said from day one, your CV has to be relevant to the job you're applying for. All right, so in that context, it is a problem. The other context I want to draw attention of our audience to is the fact that if you are applying for a radio presenter and you use that same CV without any change whatsoever to apply for a customer service person, or to apply for a marketing role, or to apply for another role, then it becomes difficult for the prospective employer or recruiter to see the relevance you bring to the job. So I advise people that for every job you apply for, take your time, read the job description, look at what they are requiring, look at the things they are asking for, and based on that, use that to develop a unique CV that will allow you to be able to apply for that particular job. So I will say that don't use the same CV to apply for different jobs. Every job and what it is they're asking for. Some they're asking for a particular relevance, they're asking for a number of years of experience, they're asking for a person of a particular personality type and all that. You need to study the job description and use the job description to write your CV. So my brother, you see why now it is difficult for people to look for jobs, because they don't have the time to do that.
That's right.
They just feel that one CV done is okay to go everywhere. But for every single job you apply, you need to study the job you're applying for, the requirements you're asking for, educational background, experience, competence, all that, and then what exactly your job role is going to be, your job description. And based on that, you can develop a specific CV that will help you to be able to catch the attention of the recruiter.
So what are some of the do's and don'ts of the CVs?
Okay, so I'll do it what I call the one-by-one strategy. So I'll say one do and I'll say one don't, so that then we can move very quickly and get this done. Because I know today is for Assin not, and you have a lot to discuss around that. So I'll do this very quickly. So one, you have to keep it short and neat.
Okay.
You have to keep it short and neat. What it means is that don't waste your time writing long essays in your CVs. Don't waste your time bringing on board very long, winding sentences that doesn't capture anything. Nebulous sentences, frivolous, sentences and all that. You need to keep your CV very short, because like I've told you, an average recruiter has about just 10 to 15 seconds to glance through the CV to make a decision that, okay, put this aside, we want to continue with this person. So if we just for your first...
This is a harmless question.
Go ahead.
Why do people always hold that assertion generally, that when you write more, that is when people will take you serious?
I wonder. I really wonder. I really wonder, because like I've said, you just have about 15 to 30 seconds to look through the CV, because already on your desk there are 101 CVs you are reviewing. So if you're going to use 5 minutes for every CV, no. So you see, usually we call something sorting out under the HR procedures. So we'll look at it quickly and see, okay, this one is good. Let's separate the chaff from the seeds, the chaff from the proper thing. Then we'll come back later and focus or zoom in on what has been selected, and then later review and get to the point where we're able to get that which matters. So for example, if there's a hierarchy in that particular recruitment agency or that employer, the first line will be maybe the general HR officer. He looks through or she looks through and selects about 10 and forwards it to the manager. The manager looks through and takes about 5 and then forwards it to maybe the managing director, and then they select about 2 or 3. So there's a sorting process that we'll go through. So it has to catch the attention of the people that matter. So we say that keep it very short and keep it very neat. Sometimes it is not justified. One sentence is hanging somewhere and there's too much space in between this and that. Some are bold, some are not bold, and it's not consistent and all that. It puts a lot of recruiters off. So people will have to keep their CVs very short and very neat. Then don't use fancy language. Sometimes people use a lot of adjectives in their CVs. I'm a very sharp, smart, astute, intelligent, brilliant radio presenter. One person alone, look at the description you're giving to yourself. At least give that subjective thing to the recruiter to decide whether you are smart or sharp. All right. So you need to avoid as much as possible over fanciful language when you are putting together your CV. And then, like we have said, keep the content relevant to the job. Keep the content relevant to the job. Can you imagine there are people that just look at the job title you are recruiting for and say, oh, you want an accountant, and just straight away apply? You have to read the job description, look at what they are requiring, if possible, find out when they want to start, because there are a lot of information people put out there in the jobs that they are advertising for vacancies. So you need to be able to look at all those things to allow you to be able to keep your CV relevant to the job at hand. So that is very important. And then number 4, don't give too much personal information. A lot of people give a lot of information, which I believe is too much information and it's not therefore relevant or necessary, especially to the jobs you're applying for. So if you are divorced, who really cares about that? Or if you were a destitute person, or you were on the streets and now you've been able to come. It does it. People try to appeal to people's emotions, even in CVs, right? I remember I sat in an interview, we were interviewing somebody, and the person, oh, my mother died when I was 4, my father died when I was 10 years, and like that, madam, how does that help us to exactly, so people will have to avoid becoming too personal. People will say, oh, I got married twice, and then I divorced, and then I'm newly married. It is not necessary, especially for job applications. You have to keep out a lot of personal information. Some people even write 3 children, some go ahead to write religion, some go ahead to write the tribe they are coming from and all those things. If it is relevant, do it. But if it's not relevant, don't apply. Don't put it in your CV, because then it gives out too much information.
Some will say I'm an Ashanti, I am an Ewe, I am
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It doesn't work that way at all. And then also make time to proofread your work. After you have done your CV, take your time and go through, look out for errors. Now that there's technology, you can use spell check to make sure that you are spelling correctly and appropriately, because the point is that if you have a lot of spelling errors, grammatical errors in your CV, it shows that you are not prepared for the job you're looking for. So you need to proofread it. If you don't have the time to proofread it, forward it to somebody else who can proofread it and help you get a well packaged and properly written CV. That is also very, very important. And then also we encourage people to also use bullet points to be able to get the attention of the recruiter. So if you're listing about 3 achievements you have done, don't write it all in a sentence. Space it out, put bullet points to it, so that we know that, okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. You may not have to necessarily number it, but the bulleted point or approach allows us to identify that you are bringing our attention to different strands in the course of the CV that you are writing. So as much as possible, use bullet points and avoid writing paragraphs and sentences in your CVs. And then don't tell lies. As simple as that. Don't tell lies. Sometimes people think that if you lie in the CV, you can go scot-free. What if you are moved to the next stage where you come and then they are asking you to prove what it is you can do? So if you say, for example, you are a good swimmer, and then you're applying for a role of, let's say, a lifeguard at a beach or at a poolside, and then you get there and they say, okay, remove your shirt, remove your dress, go and change, and then just dive into the swimming pool and let us see. There you find yourself sweating. I remember this funny thing when somebody wrote in their CV that they were looking for an accountant. He says, oh, I'm very quick at calculation and very, very good at calculation. And then they said, okay, what is 47 times 7 minus 4 plus 5? And the guy said 2. And the guy said, the recruiter was like, but that is the wrong answer. Yes, but it was quick.
But you said you are quick.
Exactly. But quick doesn't mean accurate.
That's right.
So his point was that he said he was quick, and he's been quick. He was able to answer you in a second, but the answer was wrong. Anyway, but the point is that you don't lie in your CV, because there'll be an opportunity for you to prove what it is that you bring to the table. All right. So this, in my opinion, are some few do's and don'ts that people will have to pay attention
the rest,
to.
They should come to BAM.
They come to the BAM library. Exactly. Because there'll be a CV clinic. So what it is that we're asking participants to bring their already made CV. Let us review it for them. Let us give them tips and ideas and give them time to rework it and then send it back for us to help them get the right format.
That's amazing. So what is the best format to present your CV in?
I will typically encourage that you do that in a PDF format.
Okay.
Because sometimes if you do it in an ordinary Word format, whilst the other person is opening the document, it can get distorted. And then people too can edit and put things in that are not there. But if you do it in a PDF format, it is the format, the original format is maintained, and it is difficult for people to edit and put things there. So assuming you have a very callous, wicked, recruiter who looks at your CV and is in a Word format, he begins to type things in there that messes it up for you. If it goes to the next level, of course, they will reject that CV. So as much as possible, we'll tell people that if you can do it in a PDF format, neat and original, so that when it goes to the recruiter, wherever they download it, they're able to look at it well. Because even sometimes people are downloading CVs on their phones because they are so busy, they may not be at their desk when CVs enter or come into their emails. So if it's in a Word format and I don't have that particular format on my phone, or I don't have the particular app that will help me to look at it correctly and well, then it gets distorted and all over the place. So that's one of the things we recommend, that people do it in the PDF format. And also read the job you are applying for. Sometimes they ask specifically, do it in a Word format. They ask, do it in a PDF format, or they ask, do it in this particular format. So you need to also follow the instructions that are contained in the vacancies. And then how you even label your CVs are important, or how the format, the way you save it in. So if it's John Appiah CV, just save John Appiah CV. Some people when you receive their CVs, it is version 1.2.3.4, on and on and on and on. And some people say new CV, they say latest CV and all those things. It's not relevant. At least save it in your name and then add the word CV to it, at least to get the attention of the recruiter.
Finally, is there anything wrong employing the services of CV writing experts, businesses that help people write CVs?
I don't think there's something wrong with it at all. But the point is that after they have helped you to write your CV, go over the CV yourself, read the CV, own the CV. Some people are so lazy to the point that they will just pay and have their CVs done for them, and they send it directly to the job they're applying for. They don't even know the content. They have not mastered the content. So you go for an interview and they ask you, okay, you stated here that this is this and this are the things you have done, and you are surprised and like you are lost with words because you were unable to keep that in mind. So I think that it is good. You can have experts help you do your CV, but most importantly, after it has been done, involve yourself in the process. Get yourself deeply involved whilst they're helping you to do it, and then read the CV, get into the CV, so that when you go anywhere, you're able to defend your CV. It is like going to somebody to write a document for you, and you don't read the document, and then you're asked to go and present the document. You fumble all over the place. So even though it is right or it is okay for people to help you do your CV and all that, after it has been done, I beg you, take your time and master the CV. Make it a part of you, so that anywhere, any point, you're able to defend what it is that has been captured in your CV. Because if you don't read it, you don't pay attention to it, there may be certain things that may be present that you may not even know about. So when you go for an interview and you're asked, it is very obvious that this one was written for somebody or written by somebody for you. So that one will encourage people. You can use the services of experts who charge you some money. It's a commercial thing. People are making a lot of money out of that. But at the end of the day, after it has been done, please make sure you read your CV. Very, very important.
Your final words and why people must be there this Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday really will provide a great opportunity for people to get to understand, why they are not getting the jobs they are applying for. And then we will help people to be able to learn the practical skills and competencies that they need to be able to fast track their job search process. And already we've had a number of recruiters contact us that they want to come and set up desks or set up, stands at the training to be able to, on the site, help people to be able to get jobs. All right. The vision is big. The vision is that one day when we do the job search workshop, we have about 10 or 12 HRs from different companies who have come to set up stands, and they are ready to interview people and land people jobs or help people get jobs. All right. So it is going to be a great time. We're going to have it very interactive. You can ask as many questions as you want. Remember that there will also be lunch for you to ensure that at least you eat and you are healthy, you are strong. And then at the end of the day, any question or doubt you have with regards to your job search process, on 1st July, God willing, at the Palm Library Conference Room, we'll be there to answer those questions for you.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome, sir. Have a good day.
We are grateful. You too.
Welcome.
That was Mr. John Appiah speaking to us on the subject job search, and this Saturday is happening at BAM Library Conference Room at University of Ghana, Legon, Job Search Workshop 2023. I want you to be part and parcel of it. 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. I'm going for a quick break. When I'm back, David Santos will speak into the microphone, and the politicians will take the center stage. Stick and stay right here.
What's the wunya Yami shira Mamani paya zefuwa Enyanum Efanya misroye Jumana nyami besroye Obraye buya Emoye muraye Ebeye ya Efi yanara Omabeye ya Efi yanara Ejano mapofo Asitebeye ya Efi yanara
Might be if you are 3 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. David Santos,
Attorney General.
Mama Enko.
Aye,
I feel I'm telling her.
Okay.
David Santos,
Grandpa.
Gentle General.
Edenu na wabonu.
Gentle General.
A little opportunity given to a monkey to wear dress or clothes does not guarantee it to join the dining table.
ABA Fuseni Jr.
No.
Some people are acting in the shadows of others. Me, that's how I'm taking it. Pretending to be who they are not.
Thank you.
You are not a billionaire, but you claim you are a billionaire.
Yeah.
And so I am not a billionaire. I am not Yvonne Nelson.
Yeah.
I am not Sarkodie.
Sarkodie.
And today they are throwing salvos
here
and
there, yes.
innuendos here and there. Sarkodie has responded.
Yeah.
Through music, you know, he's a musician.
Yeah.
He's a rapper.
Yeah. So
and as usual, we were expecting this.
I
was expecting it. And Yvonne Nelson too has responded. And now it's become a gender-related issue. The women are rooting for, most women I should say, are rooting for. In fact, those who were bashing Yvonne Nelson are now rooting for Sarkodie. So we know where the dynamics is and where it was going. So a lady wrote, he said, a man who sleeps with horse is a demented fool. Sarkodie, oh ya boy bebre. Nyam try. Or friend who akusia kenewu violence.
Hey,
the violence lady or papa. Na yesi nyumune mo ye bo Kwame bidin. Na Kwame e woni mi wo Ghana e frɛ eye wan.
Kwame.
Kwame.
Na say Kwame wo Ghana de say.
Kwame de bebre. Nembum Kwame ben pa na ye bo a e ba utrim.
Na say Kwame de meaning Kwame despite meaning Kwame A+ any aha
any
I was there
opposite ya koye say A+.
Na me dey say me body mu dinner na me bo
dia wo bor Kwame despite and na Kwame A+.
Kwame Sefa
social commentator Kwame Sefa kan so
omo na omo ye popular
na wo hwe ahwan pa na betumi aye
omu 3 we ana akwa no the plus kan
plus ro also de mame na so de Kwame Sarkodie say wo de mame
no sa de mame
ma de ko dia ne o de ma no also de mame so na wo san de Kwame
grandpa say
multiple men
unim de o pa kire
o da bi
say there be say
because we ni ma na me bo
grandpa de mpa na di ma
me menkai she
they are two different people.
Easy o
now we are plaza de mpa na bepe
obe place o sa so odibi ka ofa ba ko no afa mi no afa
addition gwan
o de keka ho sa
entino
de addition ho ne se wo kan sika na additions ka ho ede papa ni multiplication apart from that me pay mat time me pay mat ye sika kan because me we nyame a ade am tai ho so da epa sika I love money
but say
almost say the love of money is all the root of all evil.
Sana mo kan
Solomon be di deni wie ansa na oka say vanity of vanities. It means we pese me di deni wie na maka say sa edan no si ni bebre kura ba ko pe na odem. But until say me ye ni nyina ne de enye vanity upon vanity. Me so pese me ase obi ka che o se bibi ede na waji edi o si o se ede nti won tasty also tasty ade ede so de na ede
no kre
ade ede pa de
Etimunja na yensu yenko di.
Yensu yenko pesikani bi.
Di.
And that's why we catch him say sika unya sika bebre nye esuni mfaso a meka che so ofa mate. Na emo misumi konya bi. Mi nya bi wi we can talk about that later.
No.
David Santos. Mpɔtam morning show. Crane. Attention please. Crane. Assembly please. Crane. Went here. And your voice in a call. When you may bomb a gun for Nanya Grokra.
Yeah, join you now.
The young crofon waka cranny say, "You buy yenche." I said, "Yeah, to me, I mean, I take it time, I dig it deep. To me, I report, live report. Yeah, my report, I copy. I say not, my figures, fact and figures, accurate reportage.
Exactly.
A copy menra. No pay your high, we any information, gather figures, any report, a fee and then the numerable 530 years, I'm better for years. So if you are 95,
yeah, exactly. Yes, sure.
Sab bringing your conclude BBA who say Gyakye Quayson, and no pay sorry and reporter as saying say officially,
yeah,
on one. I say not
for poster cry any.
So what's happening? Then I'll person come once.
Attorney.
Yes, sir.
I say on my way I way I say could be wow omunye serious. Cry.
Some groups are not serious.
They are not serious
Why
at all.
Why do you think so?
There's no upgrade in their system at all. Only say enra Black Meteors of Ghana. Morocco Mukan 5-1.
I think God
and
you want come Mpemposa
Obeka.
Ghana teams.
Ghana teams.
From under 16 to 17, under 20, under 23. Black Star and Grand.
Attorney.
A bong.
Na sese dear
Morocco share 5-1.
5-1. When you friendly match, you qualifies to AFCON. And Omubon is ano. Say Oma beda second. Ewo group ni mu entino say Beni e ko share ya. Ne yam brefia.
Beni so betuma share.
Oh,
Comoros. Messi Comoros Island. E share mi rain feeder. Team ane ye coach ro bo.
Yes. Etwa oka ya eyiwe from afena ebi musu. Enti ateni. The Assin ni entino sometimes I feel say ye di football echiache anka by this time die anka yasua eniema bebre but up to now as ensheda enko ye baba sikadie basa die muhia ena omu ye die omu ambe diska omu they are just going to witness what is going on there na omu say yen kire mu ade na ye momu good education about football no omu no they don't treat them very well.
That's right.
I think this morning there was a news circulating aside the by-election that happened yesterday at Assin North. I was happy to receive this good news, and if that will happen tomorrow, I'll be very happy. The Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Bagbin, has directed the Business Committee of the House to schedule a debate on the promotion of proper sexual. Underline that word for me. Proper, and give it to Pilato.
That's right.
To put it on record for
right.
me. Yes, because the proper there is what.
Or the two put that means what type. So on the
Nissan double. Thank you very much. You remember? Yes. And you know, Eddie to just they should pass or they should schedule a debate on proper sexual human rights on Ghanaian family value bill on 2021 tomorrow. So
I'm sure Honorable Sam George will be a very happy person.
Yes, that could have happened yesterday, but because of the by-election, it couldn't happen. So Honorable Bagbin is saying that tomorrow, today happened to be a holiday, so by tomorrow, a lot of
tomorrow
people.
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Yes,
he actually proposed to date.
Yes, that is
Tuesday, and then that's yesterday, and then Thursday.
Yes,
so
please.
It's not that it's within the same range.
Yes, sure.
Or timeline.
Exactly. And
I support it with 120 billion cement.
If my grandpa support it, who am I?
I want this bill passed.
Exactly.
So that there will be sanity. I've seen some trend on Facebook. Me, I'm a Facebook person. WhatsApp, that's it. The rest, I go there once a while.
Okay.
But on Rio, the Facebook, they have a particular handle called Rio.
Okay.
REEL.
Rio. Oh yeah.
And you see a lot of these young girls exposing their breast. I don't know why this breast thing. For what?
For what?
And they get views. That's why everybody is repeating the same thing.
Attorney.
They believe that once they show those parts, people will be forced to, especially the men.
Yes.
But some men like us are not.
We will not be attracted by that. Because
No. We know you are not credible. You are useless.
Yes.
That's why you are behaving like that.
Exactly.
If you have manners, if you are cultured, if you come from a well-mannered home, you can't do this.
Not at all.
Honestly, when I see it, I get pissed off. I'm like, this is where we have gotten to. You want to show your part and get views and make money out of this foolishness.
And attorney, I don't know. Truly, too, they get viewers.
The viewership is very high because of those private parts. The word is private part, and as a woman, your private part, one of them is your breast. Unless they want to tell me they've changed the narrative, and so they can show anywhere to the public. We should go back and learn some of these things from our schools, because I think we've thrown culture, good manners, etiquette.
Now it's something that is
very,
very, very bad. Attorney, but before you go,
that's right.
I came to understand that nobody knows where God stays.
That's right.
And if anybody knows where God stays, please, you can call us and tell us. If you are able to get it to, I'll stop the work of journalism and go for retirement.
Farming.
Yes. So because nobody knows where God stays, I don't think somebody can predict my success.
Sure.
Exactly.
Thank you, General. All right, so that was my co-host, David Santos. Now it's time to do politics. 15 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. Barika de Salah to all our Muslim brothers and sisters in Ghana and across the world. In fact, yesterday BBC have to capture this, and I must say that Islam is really growing. It's really, really growing, and we want to say Barika de Salah, Idil Adha, Idil Mubarak. So stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam morning show with PAPALAW Perfect.
Yamishira, Mamani Paya, the Fua, and Yanum. Yafanya Mistroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, O'Brien, Boya, and Moyamurai, Abeya, Efianara, Amabaya, Efianara, Janova, Asitana, Efianara,
right, on man be ye for me 80 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.mountainghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. So I have on the line these two wonderful politicians, Honorable Razak Abdul Hussein of the NDC. He is the secretary for Medina constituency. And from the MPP side, we have Honorable Kofi Amponsa. He's also part of the MPP's communication team. Honorables, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Apostle Doctor.
How are you guys doing?
By the grace of God.
I think so. I think so. Back voice or form na back also. I know it deep, papa, and the radio's bad. All right, Honorable.
The battle is still the Lord.
The loss. Is it the loss or the Lord?
The Lord. The battle is still the battle. Movie slogan. Who can say the
Honorable, before anything, Honorable Razak and Idil Adda, right? Mubarak.
Yes.
So Barikade. That's right, Barikade Salah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Briefly, you can't Idil Adda na mpacho asichire say.
Idil Adda no a sacrifice.
Okay.
Dedi kana memfa asidaka fiamma PAPALAW Radio for any fearful nya obuti and we are safanenya. Na memfa wish all Muslims around the world barakah salah and Eid Mubarak. Eid is the Adano. We say your Eid al-Fitr. Fitr no che say kitwa no ye da nyankopɔ ase 30 days we fasting na ya
okay.
Chiwiya na ya no ye de da na si. Na Eid al-Adha ye sacrifice dia emra say
Ibrahim
anyway yes another Ibrahim oba o use ne ba they are sacrificing their amman nyankopɔ they are da nyankopɔ ase atuntun nyame eyi nyame nyankopɔ oda ni nyankopɔ ka say nyankopɔ ɔhyɛbɔ ɔne nyankopɔ ɔhyɛbɔ bi wɔ nyankopɔ ntem sɛ nyankopɔ bisa sɛ nyame opi sɛ me yama wa o de oba be mami ana o de no bɛbɔ afɔre de amami ana ɛno gyitu na pampala nso edu samre no ɔyɛ sa nti ma oba bɛ no ɛna nyankopɔ hu sɛ no ɔyɛ obi a ɔyɛ commissioni bi a odi na asɛm so anasɛ wodi ne bɔhyɛ no so nti no ɛmra oba bɛ sacrifice na nyankopɔ ka sɛ ɔndan de ti no hwɛ na obi hu odwan kɛseɛ ɔwɔ de chi nti ɔdan ne ampa so na bɛwɔ saa ɛna ɔka nyankopɔ ka sɛ oba no deɛ ɔyɛ nipa nti yɛmfa nipa ɛnyɛ dɛ yɛmfa mbɔ afɔre yɛmma nyankopɔ yɛmfa nyɛ sacrifice nti gyina no si hɔ na fa oba no mu yɛ nti no ɛyɛ more of like a spiritual fulfillment. Yes, spiritual fulfillment as part of the this thing, the religion. Was there were 5? There were the salat, the kalma shabs, the salat, the zakat, and then the friends and the hajj, that pilgrimage, and then the sacrifice, which is the zakat.
Okay.
So basically, it's about fulfilling some aspects of the religion.
I'm told it's mandatory for everybody to slaughter an animal and then share.
It is mandatory on everybody only when you have the means. But if you do not have the means, Almighty Allah doesn't make it mandatory on you.
Okay.
Once I will shroud, I will 2 minutes. Say sika I will be now to abuano and I say impose say be a warm one did I won ya na say no dey mandatory even okra kwa say ba no say kwa be kokobo busia na wetin be aba be kwa na kwan dem wetin kokobo busia because it only comes once in a lifetime.
Okay.
And I untimi en share say na say wo afi be ko asaba be to then say akonya na do mu dia na wo say otimi ye na wo ko.
One thing I have observed about this particular celebration is you guys don't discriminate. I mean, whether the person is a Christian, an atheist, name it, a Buddhist and all that. You just open your arms and share to everyone. That's a beautiful gesture.
The sharing ratio is that once you slaughter, you divide it into 3.
Okay.
The 3 that you divide, 1 belongs to you, the slaughtee, and after the slaughter, no, you and your family. That's 1. The second one belongs to outsiders. That's everybody. Everybody.
Okay.
The third one belongs to people that you know very well that they have no means to slaughter.
Okay.
So it's in 3 portions or 3 parts. That's how
that is your inmates, those who are also in the same
your
faith.
surrounding.
Right.
Yes, those who are of the same faith and
That's
they
right.
cannot slaughter. They are within your enclave or your surrounding or even far. You share the second one for them, and the third one goes to everybody, irrespective of the person's faith, irrespective of the person's religion or faith or whatever. It goes to every single person.
Wow. Thank you for the education. I always love to learn, and our listeners and viewers have also learned a lot. Honorable Kofi Amponsa, no na unim dem fa.
Oh, that I'm not sure PAPALAW radio. I know production team yenu anoma omuti Ghana ni wiase fa nanyara. Na masa chia me aminua bema so Isaac ma wo hye no barika de sala. Aha. Na sa Edo no ye ko Jesus kakra no.
Okay.
Aha, na yesuasua na ma fa ho. Na me akasa no so no many Muslim na try yo.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trained by a Muslim. No more religion, they are there. So I remember those days, almost after 30 days fasting now. Because my best friend, I'm in that time, also a binti. Activities on being and I'm no man. So, like one way or the other, I'm a Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah, so my school see Jesus yes and Nemakra. Edo Feto is the festival of sacrifice and Edo Ada is after Ramadan or something. No say yes and Nemabu. Yeah, so you refi momo there, but ne momo nema bi
I know say what show as those ones now Islamic one.
Make me a chat. Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Anyway, our wedding was Nika. So many money association about. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, we ADDO idiot. And yeah, Kwasem North.
Okay.
Engineer Fidie so Abobon Komo and Ra ye Tanaha production team I copy 9 p.m. Said the DT for a bid in a year. Now, Honorable Kofi Amponsa. Election no uhunu say na officer dent na ma MPP mo party no modin gugu.
Okay, the kind Dr. Mesanda was be was a kwenya. Nama congratulate me Isaac Abdul Razak so yes say effectivement fata kucha mansane so kwabra fona na fiewu omo na menuanu na omo weni omo dinkunim e I think say wanya
voice ya dano now they can say nyenu ni o.
Oh, I think say me dey me say me dey wa wuni me menu Abdul Razak so kora ni say me dey so dey me no ha etino and so wanya no sala present or be celebrate amana and
we the double celebration pa.
Yes, let's give them a credit to that. The American say NDC as a political party no there be I am say amamu a friend amamu no omunima amamu but politics they know the game more than the MPP we do.
Really?
Yes. They understand politics and they know the game more than MPP. Because no, we believe in say the Puntujuma policies. Oh yeah, Timamufo never so they are to Obama. But sometimes in Ghana politics, it's not. That is not the case. Yes, because we are in the country whereby the illiteracy is almost about 80%. So, we are what you say. Me policy me put to do my edi akoka kyerɛ nkrɔfoɔ no sɛ yɛnhwɛ so nto aba mamea
especially in Ghana se wɔn
yes because ono no ɛkɔm de no wɔhwɛ ɔhawo wo yes bread and butter it's not about development awayo last no me papa ba ko ka sim bi say papa bi anu okwa akoto aba na me more political party crowding because it can be say bi obi crowd in Chebeka semeboa because me the me party ko ye obeka nti na okoto aba ma political party bi ne yire na busuafo nyina nim so okoto aba ma this political party because no fit so mo ye adwuma okona na ada opponent no members share no no mo man 50 Ghana it was 50 Ghana no ko no ko ka kire ne yire se madwen asesan na me aminika pre me ko no nkrofo we share me ama me 50 Ghana enti me ko to aba ma mo na ne yire bi sa ne se na nya wo na wo da bia yenim so we party we ba ono na also ko to aba ma na o ma ya kwan o ma si hospital o ma ye we Ose asemo ka kire ne yire ne se ekwan na ya ye ndi obi afa so bio hospital na nya mabusia fio na emum 50 Ghana ndi me nko me botom ne se
okay
what ya say won wa adwen a obi so de koto aba yes
kwan na pass a public road
yes
obi afa so
Ghana yes 50 Ghana na ya de aba
no ne bit ma
yes you understand enti wo be yes na ema ne nyina nipa be hwe na ho kire wom no de akoto aba no enti fe wo be kan Russia Ukraine war why am we afia then that is true but nipa say no mbeje de wo Canada nipa say na they can read through the mail yes obi hu say no asema o kan is true say global ono
tira say wo samo pasam foforo ka krom no ne atro na ya mudi no
yes enti no sansem no officer ko kan mani party afia de ato aba ma wa oboa but NDC will go there as their normal propaganda no na saase be memi kromfo ne ye no mu nkurasefo no mu tie o because obeko elections was info so no already NDC edikan ohodada okọ no na makurase ka kire o mo se sa papa we ne kura na momo twe na san amotata no gay amomo pe majority dia passintina mo ye dey mo tata papa no sa de ebe ya mo benya majority in parliament
a speaker of parliament and na just say eno nka mebisa honorable Razak but as a speaker and so the betu mu da ye kwa akoto aba em say ade be chi o say ye ba akoto aba that day no em say nra na say nra chi o de betu dwa say a business committee of parliament and making sure so my table LGBTQ plus bill no and normal family 20 open so say
the agenda yes the agenda it was a plan to know and it was a calculated thing and they understand the game of politics though let's admit it say they understand the politics more than MPP though amamodie wo de mo ene troka ombe bo mai krono abo mai but say yenko na yenko ye elections na yenwini power propaganda or de be ne say atro ne tekremada e de da nipa they are the best because obekaya in those days of Rollins near do mo ko Cuba e ko train wo mo say uhu lizard that kaso elephant but the more now we near do mo ko Cuba
I see
that is where
Cuba they don't face doctors near the omko ho
one doctors and na ikeke doctors are omko so no nkrama ho adisua no omko sua enti omko the main agenda was at the moment now obehu sade we white but o propagate
say Baba Jamak nana
yes so that is the ideology of NDC and to the who are there yellow at the moment o project are there say a white o continue ka say white no e manipa begidi say the o cano ampa a white that is the agenda and to ko ho no mo de sa message in nam villages and say wo LGBT na wani abre enti ya de a fambi eye awotire nipa no wo moto nchen a won say sa LGBT ni so Ghana for empe Idiot kura one a Christopher Yempediatie.
Islam sompe.
Islam your much what dear crow person body.
Haram.
It's just a hokra de make us in the moody in poor. Because they make a message I was trained by a Muslim. The Muslim and then the word wallahi or muyusuna anyhow. Before say Muslim because of wallahi no. Na some kasepa.
That's right.
And omono sa de no kra de ye modi wo mo community. Ana wakwa katran krofo no. So abra momunya platform na president kra obegina platform no. Na ade na me free me president ho ne say. Asemo o ma beka say me LGBT. Ena me pese ye je tumu. So wo de wadwen ko so a. Na me feel say ka president ne empanyfo na o mu gina soro ho ne be address sa issue no.
So mo fe say anya djuma wo hye.
Yo. So ayi sabi acting na ye nkrofo because ye no ho no mo feel say na e be we na power. Ya ka semato nkrofo trimu aka atra o mo say LGBT ntino wani abre. Wo wanya platform one would expect so be address sa issue no.
Ampan so mo numbers no 137 and independent ne be come when it comes to business and mo form majority.
Somebody like this guy let me say Sami Jamfi I would de kukudro any ahumaso bi ne dintro. You have such person on the grounds. Na sabi nkrate fo o mako school kura o convince o mo na menu asabi wote ayibanti ase. Na o mako ho akoto ade we atum. Na umunya platform a mo de prisoner so bi beko prison so bi nko prisoner ho asem na moko ka. So bi beko prisoner na obi nko prisoner ho asem na moko.
As a win yeah
on the day chaso poku na ono ko elections no. What's a platform no? O mama na nkasa o. Ono na ko so katran nkrofo ne se me na me ne muti kuro we mu. Adwuma we na me medi MP maye. Me wo NGO we a me deboa ahiafo. Me wo niema se ni na maye mama na me account ne niema waye.
Ono aikoto ne so aba no.
Ono ayekoto ne so aba on the day. Yes, fana de yapajane sakeke. Wankasa. Central Regional Minister, one kasa Greater Accra Regional Minister ne kokasa. Why no nim no Assin of?
Hey.
So afiati ni abofono. Ade a yekoye no. Eno enwum a yekoboye no.
Mo recording o studio until you dance.
Yes,
music you are recorded in the studio.
Yes. Enyuma ye boy ho asa no masa tere no
Matima me ko honorable Razako
ti aba ye meye ye homework ye that is all
jina so ma me ko honorable Razako honorable
apostle
congratulations.
Thank you.
This one is official. Yesterday was unofficial.
Absolutely.
Your take on the Assin note, the same question. How were you able to annex the seat?
No, so the menu of Campbell na ase memento brofo because menu aso fi ye na meka. And I was to say no na say
but your
although I'm not educated but I can express myself.
All right. Very sorry. Honorable Mpacho, Fachem.
No problem. It's just by the way. It's just by the way. Me da se dake se be ma ocheda ponyankopon Allah se witimi a chain da kese da aye sonko a eye sonko kwa wo eye muslimi fo ya brabo mu na anye muslimi kwa sacrifice na ye ende no ye e de aboa oman no nya endo bi asafa na nya
I don't think ya ma fofie dai
exactly asundwe beba oman no ne dikan ye nya ahonto yedenya mputuo djumedie be koso ska be bro manum because empire sacrifice empire ye bompae esre isun etire nyankopon ansana ye disikan atu amboano na ya boni din na ya tontom no na ya ansana ye twa amboano se na be ya shira no e be ba ma o man mu nya enye se bia
unkwa ucha abuanu na unya debi ishira because empire na wabo se Nyankopon ma awonto ni asundwe enguso enwo oman Ghana mu na omma Ghana empija Ghana wa amama manso na omma wi asafa na nya asundwe wo something for the entire country and then the entire world you better not say with me that but maybe then the double banger because of share and dress and then so they are about piece with you.
I say easy for share na no more day holiday better or their ma most fan rested.
Some of crime is on board this ground. Okay, based on calculation, once the election of the tower by election, a calculation of the days starting from the time and announcement now back from Parliament. So I declare vacant on the seat. There is a calculation of the dates, and then I see that 27, 28, 27. It's baby. I don't know, but just the calculation of the date and about the CBD. Now, I say about Kwa Medica, I can say, one more my one say above from Umutupon, and also Udikan. We share developmental Ubia and then youth of Ghana, Ubia Duduano, and Ubia Duduana, Obishi, and there will be some say, Unya America, or the Kwana, or the Casas, or the Overcop, and Unya Buchimemo, the Kwana, or the Cassia, because of Philipson or that place is well developed. The one who know Numa or Mpuntu or Enna, the BI Kama, Unantin, Bola, name the female that yes. But that always stand, your baby so America found my if you go on. Those are the slums in there. You understand? But do one on the professor on the America than to be here in Ghana. Simply because developing. You know why they develop Apostle? Well Ghana we are kwala now can cry. You see muadie. We are kwala now can cry. You see the winning swadie. And we are in sem. And we are tiny and our soon in the but in the developed world, Akola has the right. So Penia Diana and Ya, yeah, and or cancel opinions of the Jatu. No apologize that they move on. That is the challenge we have in this country. Sami Jenfi, Sami Semeshia Jenfi is one of the fantastic youths in this country. Obi Obaka Sami Jenfi Edin Chobiano Nanipano on Sheda Edim Sami Jenfi. This is an astute lawyer. This is an astute lawyer. He rise through the ranks. He was called to the bar and he's practicing. So we should credit the young man with some level of intelligence and some kind of for example, maturity when it comes to issues. Okay, I said something if you or contested TESCOM sometime back in Kumasi, and we prevent him. And no before and did one, yeah, I wouldn't say NDC, their Congress, a mass party, Ubia, a Jubia, Yen, and a general, out the kind. It is sometimes it means no one, maybe some was there, they were some people, Nakwa Pio, Yanum, Radi Christo, and NDC, they are better than said, document Chinam. Because the guy doesn't just speak in vacuum. Answer of the Kadibino or research it. And there's no human being Obekasa one song and that's we 100%. Nipa bia ni we asu Obekasa no sudu.
Who address more election issue no just what did the time now
to what say
what did the time now
honorable or Brady yenhwe baby or the befa
so
me brain na mana kasa me
or kakrebi or aka
and the cry yes salad and can why you cannot
yes that is why I'm saying my mama way pa na
so the issue is why am I not in semi? Say or see your call your friend say Cuba. You can best medical doctors in the world today. For some decades, 2-3
Cuban
decades
trained
now,
doctors.
Cuban trained doctors are the best in the world, and no wonder.
In terms of veterinary, in the world, can we
no wonder
that's what we are the best in the world.
Honorable Kofi Abuaza, what am I?
Honorable Kofi, would Mr. Wine,
by all in terms of veterinary.
Hey,
training my doctor when you're the best in the way.
Was it here for no it's here? So let's make the show live.
But training my doctors are one of the
best medical trained doctors in the world today. They are Cuban doctors.
I know you're in
and then Oba Ghana. Most of the best trained doctors are in Ghana, in the military hospital, in the friends Kwalebu, and then the region. And that is who come back and said they were one trained in Cuba. And anytime we have been saying some major outreach, be medical outreach, but it's the Cuban doctors about. Nancy MP. Madina and Peswa and say, yes, some medical screening being that the Cuban doctors, about 19 of them, and they came and they helped me one more operation, so Assin not know it was a foregone deal.
Okay.
And Assin not know it was a determining factor for 2024 general election.
You think so?
Yeah, not that I think so. It is so.
Okay.
Baby,
I
was stronghold. So don't
never stronghold.
Determined factor. Yo,
Mr. In history of Ghana, I say not. Mino Cafe, Cecilia Mino Cafe, NPP, Etikasa seat 4 times. NDC keep a cram from up to 2022, up to 2020 election that Gyakye a winning and honorable. Only you keep them 3 times. It is a swing constituency. The central region in its own is a swing region. And one of it may win the central region majority. I also win Greater Accra majority. You are going to be at the Flagstaff House. You get it? Check all this analysis that I'm giving you. That's the history of our politics or elections in this country. Under normal circumstances, so we are buying and also we incumbent government swing region and a swing constituency. Now you're called by election. I said you also say we win this particular seat, because a swing. But you know during the general election, the president winner. Yes, it's true. I know about that. Okay. The president winner, but the parliamentary no. I think this is a fantastic opportunity. So I can pass a woman in Puntua and more and of Tom deserving and come assign Puntu could do one man. I can assure you, say, and can development level now, and another development rate now, could do on from the 2020 to date now. I can assure you, really. But because of your abysmal performance and super class incompetence performance, and no, I think not, we have still been able to retain that seat. So as a swing constituency, in incumbent government.
Talking about development here, the NDC map power.
Oh, you're riding
because
you can be the judge.
Honorable.
You could have been there. You as a incumbent government, and it was set and Kamutu winning as a not. But you in 2020, that Honorable Gyakye Quayson is winning with about 55.1% against the MPP's 40% and then the man's vote has shot up to about 57.45%, 54%. If you run it up, that is 58%. Answer and run a Metro TV so. I'm not aviano before I'm starting a close up polls. Make a prediction in terms of percentage. May say he is going to win between the 55 to 58%.
That's right.
And lo and behold, some of the kind one able to do. Okay, so we interview some 3 days ago or 4 days ago. They catch out, and what I said has come to pass.
That's right.
So this is, if I were MPP, me share Bianca me traditional stronghold in Kumewu. You call Kumewu, NDC for it me appreciate your vote to about 3,000 plus more votes as compared to 2020. Now me a stronghold. Just about difference of about 20 or 30 or 40 or 100 votes. And then so and run so I feel not your Koba election, which is a swing constituency. Me as incumbent government also and yet to we will
vote to increase 3,000.
Oh,
Honorable. Honorable
Kofi vote to increase it.
Oh God.
Honorable Kofi Adddo.
Oh. And now
I feel not. Yes, I call as an incumbent government also we need seat in the back. abelusu. It goes to the indicators. If maybe MPP now, I'll be worried. Maybe I want to coffee and I want to but me was sure say, and I just was sure, and anyway, now me poor metro now me fa the fence flag staff house anymore. You say on my dean and said, Nana do need in pin and about young shades at almost monitor, almost share your costume. They yesterday, as I'm talking to Apostle, they had a sleepless night. That is the fact. Because we felt the enthusiasm, the level with which the NDC was organized robust, in spite of the attacks, intimidation, we were focused and we kept our eyes on the ball. It shows this is the level of defense the preparedness that
NDC is talking about intimidation. Now, what to say, General Secretary?
Andra, Assin of elections, Osha, there was a mind game there, Yanum the Bill. No, imagine they will attack so that we respond and then they will scatter everything. But we were smarter than what they thought. And besides that, if I were MPP person, and probably breakfast cramming TTB, because I will have every reason to be worried. Just this ended 2 by-elections, the results that have come out. And the 2024 election and yesterday's Assin of election, it was the midterm elections in the US. Assin of by-election, just like a midterm election, preparing the 2024 election. And the good people of Assin of, one more Assin of team, 4 of Assin of, Omama, Ghanaians and Ghanaian politicians, both NDC and PP. No amount of propaganda no amount of good day and slogan and amount of sika be check because what IMF sika no check Assin not no na
IMF
sika nya what Assin not voters no be about all the video bin na mom say aha nya kumewu enya anya kumewu a wo be ma 2GB na t-shirt ni sika na wo pese dia wo dia na to your vote dey enya na yinya ye obi a yin so obetima aboan ama
sika no madi
and then yes sika no ye di t-shirt no so ya she esoro wo de lai kan we enya menum wo omo menum tu and all this put all this together no it should send you a certain signal say and then yenya the star whiskey boy of Assin North in the person of Honorable Gyakye Quayson. And then say we are Assin North Abedani center of attraction. And then say nyano a man for that they've never been to Assin North. Only the mark of people. Say no, you want identify some kind of business opportunities there. They feel say they be investor, they can make it. And as I speak to you, I have one friend who called me and told me that no, he would want to go there and go and do some projects. I didn't ever say, over at Gyakye Quayson Adaroma, and aside with me about. And the good people of Assin North HSA, we will retain competence, experience, honesty, truthfulness. Obia yes you are a Canadian citizen, uti to aba emanu. No be more on what Ghana and only went to Abanabi. That is how funny our system is. You get it? And yet to be no. And no amount of propaganda in the best Sadibia. And besides that, Ghanaian voters are day in, day out discerning. The Ghanaian voters are becoming more sophisticated. Young to Abano Mao as a politician because me kasa me also count because we all stand for elections. Young to Mao nenko kwatenasi na watching and then so no aba na overnight. Almost say overnight. Modi development airport kumewu. Ye election wa watching machines so if you what about Assin North? Assin North for your new Kumufo, Assin North. Yes, when it talks the history of education in this country, central region, western region, you can't take them out.
That's right.
When it talks in terms of education, you dare not take them out.
That's right.
So I was not surprised that their voters are discerning. There are people who can decipher well and get the results. So it's a double banger. And I can assure you, Assin North is a determining factor for 2024. But that alone cannot be the yardstick for the NDC to say it's a done deal. No, there's a lot for us to do, and we are going to work towards it. And I'm sure, and I'm very, very much certain within my mindset that the good people of this country, Ghana, are ready. And it's Ghana for and G2 at the amount and this because so much you answer. And there was a propaganda. Nanado and Tingina simply so only Baumia Urabamia, Ujina Wamoka say, oh, incompetent, and the Ghanaians the real definition of Ghana for Mahaman Emra Yaka review, no, Omoba chance, oh, review they say a council, and the Omanka Somaba Jatu say Omoba review. So, which review are they talking about? What's the definition of review? This is the crop of people that we are dealing with. They are very, very diabolic.
All right.
And easily, if it means they have to kill to win power, they will do. But that is certainly what we are not going to entertain. And we are very, very, very much ready on the ground. And we are going to face them.
All right.
Boot for boot, just as we did yesterday.
All right. Honorable Kofi Ampons, I will rebut be 5 minutes now. Yeah,
because man said we be one way into also to just in the one there on this and the pair morning and namely being and one Ghana that's all.
Dear me person menu on the other side and the class and say I'm so nim the history of oh, sir, I'm not doctor, Razak, Alaji, opposition member, until no you're the other side. You also make us also the party wabai. Now, the Eminia Razak, I'm say, we name NDC party Nabakwasen. Share Assin from 1992, 96. Aha, me can't say, yeah, boycott. Okay. Parliament a young corner. It is from that time now, ever basic 2000 and ma Assin of here NDC and I need education. No, let me tell you that time many in album, but that time no, nothing in album. At the NDC and I need to seat no until say honorable Canadian Japan ever we need seat in May 2000. When Canada we need seat no. Otna so far on the third term, and I be team. So you say Muno so baka, you say Muna 2012 and this in a winning. By 2016, not Ghana for when I fed up on NDC because of Ghana fed up. Omuni plan be a Sikadian chrono with no direction. And Ghana for Buffy, and the more strongholder, a yasin off on the crown, MPP we need sitting for that. First time, Canada free one. It's what the not Canada we need that city because of no the south near Yinimone they cover because that area in particular now NDC Bechemu me honokoya send off no was NDC dominated area. They are check your records. Masa, Assin of Masa, Assin of Yamu 2012 Mona Namotia by Mo, Nanya MPP Netia by him. So Urefia, check your records here. Assin of Ayamuna Muchi, Mafarijan, Nichim. You didn't make us a winning history near. At the Mono, a hawkoma mu favor. 2016 year, Betty Freeman. I know Mahama Bonnie a chalk to Mentoma, Yenfantry School Qualadi. Yeah, almost 500 million every month. Ghana equity Kano in the name of the competent and Obia wouldn't vision be a Nadia and a Yansan contract near for dubious into Tosoni engine the back in me. John Mahama, a mamu. And ma, ye better sit in the free Muslim into one of the NDC dominated area. At your Farijan, a betche mumamu. It's one of the American, so what we need a send offer. At the Sabi, what we need about a voter regional. And now they bay or Yasek there, and you know what's it. Oh, that make us you describe the say what we think for the yes, what is I'm telling you, that is a place where guns, West, Globals dominated area. So we are non control. Yes, and no man, they are not going to favor. No, even you know the reason why. You know the reason why my mistakes are Masankofa John Mahama, because this John Mahama tribe, and I say no for Nayamo stronghold, no, or Motua Betiamon. Because no moon when the direction be our door, my echo, apart from Chrono.
Only about the ball. Oh, actually,
achievement green book mo. On number no so I Ghana car kwanyina and so ko baby a helicopter na no the campaign. No aka tire AKUFO-ADDO say onam kwan so no wada. Until wo so I
na mpase no wada.
A leader o munipa o kasa se be rough ba ko ami hu be da.
Yena the Ghana Nanando ma peni mu out leader so and na kasa obi e be obi I want to court and pass judgment here. Which one is reckless and that one is not an insult. President. That one is not an insult. When there's no any verdict. That one is not an insult.
That one is not an insult. Oh, so unlike John Mahama, public knows what him. A leader, a former president, stand on the pulpit insulting left to right. As if he says, Sebi, Panini and DC for
insulting be saying.
Mean to me, me party, me free ministry entertainment, then some more coming to me can public. Because this conversation was not only we and the PAPALAW, but it's the listeners of Ghana. Nah, if we are saying for no muti this conversation, it is our mind to you. Sir, Papa, no former president, the words or can or public, and I cannot repeat that words. Even me as an ordinary person, I will not say that. Me use those words. It's a very disgrace and a shameful a person and this project to lead this country.
What is your worry about that?
Ghanaian, that is our candidate. And that is the candidate believe in. Last 3 days, my landlord never for you.
Honorable Razak, remember also time too. They don't worry.
Last 3 days, my if you never for US about. Or say in not any advanced country, Bianca John Mahama would never even think of coming back, sir, or be bigger than some Biamuda. But any we don't know the reason why we voted.
Honorable Razak, member opportunity why you rebuttal.
And even John Mahama, every to me a solera so beside the Ghana Subim. Papa, you didn't do transaction be anymore about my chrono. Uncle Onwa the president to take Kunya so was man and said, Kona Kudi play Ano over Brazil, Nabra. Na ye okola na hanga garage kurabo dey play na mu o say oh ye be see edan ma police fool
and what are you looking for
my son ko bo katam
honorable no say honorable Kofi Amponsah
no so be di Ghana so biem
eno no o mine de ko efa mra kwan so
any that is the adibako ema yoroho wo constitution
no to me frankase man
the constitution no na ema yoroho pass of mine ye te ho and na ye use this constitution bo criminals on ban ema ni to me baso o sa be di yesu biem I'm married you honorable Kofi
the youth is less.
Honorable, Honorable Razak,
use 44 billion.
Honorable Razak, Mami make it the facts. Honorable Razak, Honorable Kofi Amponsah.
Ken. All this kind of question.
Honorable,
if we talk about useless and criminal corrupt government,
honorable
gangster,
Sakawa,
gangster.
Honorable member. Honorable Razak Macho Muntie.
They are the most useless and most corrupt criminal gang. They are, in fact, they are cartel.
Oh, honorable member. Honorable Razak Mpacho meba. Mepacho niamete se meba. Niamete se honorable Kofi Amponsa kan se Ghana na ye constitution book criminals on by one personalizing no honestly.
Yes. Who is he referring to?
No, meba.
If it is not Ghana's constitution, why would Nanado and Bamia continue to be ruling? By now, if it is a separate Nanado,
honorable,
yes,
clean discourse. Honorable Razak.
Look at the ill kind of
Honorable Razak.
Only court I am Canana, I'm after 3 years and some of the judges.
Honorable Razak,
this gang of thieves,
honorable
in government.
Honorable Razak. Honorable Razak, Mamintie Kofi.
We have some cabal of thieves charge you say.
But you hold on, never cry sala, Mr. Honorable Kofi Amponsa Mpacho Twaso.
Razak ene sala na ono minimso bi a odi sala de na nka botrena
but my use
for you to use certain words for me to
Honorable Razak
look at the economy.
Razak Mamenka
check the economy.
Honorable Razak Mpacho Manenka Sebi. Honorable Kofi Amponsa Mepacho my use certain words.
Oh, that be ye can't come out will be any
those words and they are strong and to be
yes, but it's okay. But
we are not yet to denigrate our leaders.
Okay. No, ye tumra ye betresi yen kan keke.
Okay.
Anya hwe kura no yenim president bi a friend no former president friend no Airbus. On ye yenim no Ghana fo nyina nim wiase nyina nim. Anya hwe kura no Nanado betra konwa so no. Ni nua nyi niema o port and sign fake check. A wo yi niema free. Enti ye de anya hwe kura yenim. John Mahama mamu a oni ni nua be boss abra no Ghana. It was a clear evidence at the public media for munim. Enti obika se Nanado ye thief no ni nu ye thief a eno ode na no na eka. Ye de anya hwekura ye tumra ye kiresie. Ye kase krono a ye tere ba bi akrono ne ye bofa ye nyina. Ye konye confirm mo mutu koboke na besi na omo mai. Aso photon azon taba ni nyina Ghana fo ani tua. Enti enya asem a ye ka de aredical ye panyine bi at the public at the monimo deja enti obi metra ho kasa na AKUFO-ADDO ne wo fa asem na mo ye krofo a oni evidence oni nyina so obi a ode na no na eka ye nim sa marry deal e ba clear say ba bia ye kofa machine na kasa ne buoni enti obi kofa third party e ma ne ko twa bo fa de to ye so
Honorable Nanya Honorable Nanya so na Omampanyi Pamo Energy Minister.
Opamo na said. Also Opamo na said. Opamo because of a belly deal.
A dainty no Pamo.
That is where I make us say, once the be on beside what said a concert person also Munko beside Nipano in again.
That's right.
One Pamo na say why born you. They say one Pamo because of a belly deal.
The dainty.
Mutu mede mu almost said that I do so no more de breno. I need tia ho kan se bi nya kanean. Almost said that. And almost sign power purchase agreement e di bu o mai se pu mu NDC. Wo Minia Razak and Nesala. What she alle.
Honorable someone ya 6 years, more ya 6 years, more cost 7 years e wo abai mu. Ade na mo prosecute o.
E du ba bia na mu dika. mudi bisanso mudi ka na mudi bisanso enti say na minua Razak tuminya kukuduro no okatre say ya krofo a wodi ka because obi akofo ambulance tontrowa e de abedu o man bum say jin oda so te ho ye kobe 7 years ni say de wo kan Cocoa board, obi fa cocoa board so lutu o man lutu e ma na cocoa board e collapse.
Someone na mo jail them.
Pa me say e ya pa nti NDC for kura saka say ya krofo o mo dika because omo buy no be sinne omo da so etete ho ye nim wayo me enne kura dem say ye ja ho asem kan nti NDC for be ka say ya krofo o mo dika because the Mebasian Posa could mean the way dear. We hear for not ten or Becatros or my bomber, no more woman. Or more that's what it's all, and then or more radio TV so pretty corruption. I hope them or more former president of Mahama can corruption as him. And I am a system, I am a ja na and no more new cool in the Chianajo. And the way out of four. Say, your constitution be a etiye so okuro we mu a em say yebosom a yesesa enye ya after na former president John Mahama etumi
say constitution say former president wanya ni baby ko wa issue white paper da say a constitutional review committee adwuma mo ye no wagye atum ne yemfanya adwuma adena omampanyi AKUFO-ADDO by 7 years ne yekoyi when to me I initiated that move.
That is why now I want to confirm say we need somebody like Canada, Japan to move this country forward and punish the wrongdoers. That is now
including your party, right?
Yes. That is where I'm now going for Canada, Japan. Say, it's the time we, the Ghanaians, whoever, if you are NDC or whatever, and you want this country to be like Rwanda, you have to go for that man to come and save this country and punish the wrongdoers. And just idea, many ya begina hoy. Onwe nim say NDC mono. Omo di oman ya bropa. Ah, otumisha la nim hu say asema wo kan die. A party worker by a casa ye can't go heaven and go kada. And so because of politics into no the name minor from no defend the body. Mention the same thing. Maybe me who say, oh, Adewe, but me the doctor so and the obedi more than say Ade and the Mecca. So and yes, I am me party, Ade and the Mecca straight because let's say after politics I mean Razak ye after that and there was a heaven.
Yeah.
Adam what?
Yeah.
There was a heaven. And in Yankupon, that's no uncle be some political party, Ben and Amedon. But obey be some assassins who I may buy, no. Then I'm to me, I'm mine. Then I'm in my brother, yes, I'm able. And no over the Abumate. It's not about MPP and DC.
But more man your phone, more man your phone, more Yamako, yes, amanyo na ye wo man mu na Africa no ya tronkwani sikape.
That is where ye bra ye man ebutu aguye so no because mini betina hoyi onim ye pa na mamuom na nkrofo yi bebra ba o man kro no pa because of politics so be defend wo mo e bia ye mu bi de se mi hu de amenya me de amenya sa because wo ba kro no nya mimi Kofi Mpɔtam na de be me o wa mre mi bia mama ani o ne mo mama ni timamufo na esofa etime wa bo man kro no nya me na me be defend o but NDC be defend o
wa no si
me de ma no si no me say Assin North by elections MPP yakolusu ni nyina ne say me party they should come home and set up no mo mi so mo say dentia ne say ena ye ton pure 1 bag 10 cedis. Edumre bina Ghana for $1 kosoro, petrol kosoro, dedi ayetum into a moto to name boom.
That's market women for you still amount is you.
And I make her bay. And I stabilize it. Now so day in day out, market woman for 1 or most woman. Now we a leader now to a my moon. I will say, Ubianya your power mining. Moi. Instance I have been on Mukuhun was sent off on. Say, oh, Okay, transport minister. Now the publication, but say yent transport so.
10%.
Transport to forecast now say I yent so. Now pan pass one month so. Now we a leader. Now what to my anymore. Let's what to show Kurubema at our post no moody no. Kofian post Amenka Hubio. Abia Nyamea. Yes, and you can hire Quaho. Enti menka ho moody mododo the menka ho. At the end of the day, bet me a catcher say you people should set up. No miss a mo say a day in a cost who is checking who. Because and then no say in Crawford that's what one at woman. Timmy no Timmy feature how tiki or sumuna squatters no motorano. When you macrane. When you do man on a sense webia, or could you not be an old crowd, no better to Mintonum. Because you're not wired the damn thing, and no they got trouble. It's not about road it's not about one district, one factory. It's not about the airport. NDC mineral as I can't terminal 3. It's you to a year for ya. Yemi Asanko Husikai. And then no one again need to go to because I know Sesebi, but in Mikuro Musa, also not so no opportunity to be so cooperative or the terminal 3. Doctor, what did they make an answer? You, the ocean say, Nahobeton or baby, I was it. And near my old friend is sick and Poca Prebi Cotono, better say Yaxos, none of Watono. No Kutaneka Crebi or to me a Toby. It is a motor throw on a more just near Mano, Namodi, a choir, my hospital, a Musi, a factory, a Musi, no free. I know
they always say Obise, Obia Fasubi, Sikami and the
Son Faso, Mum,
near this is
a bottom Nadia, my own Quanadia,
Medasio, Honorable Razak, or final words.
Apostle.
Yes, sir.
PDS fraudulent deal. Kennedy, first and Gabriel Shadako, Omotage, up to date.
Makasa Kamo, baby,
bills, up to date, PDS. What a what is Obia Pakodem? What is Obia Pakodem? Oh, they are no cotton chan. $10 million, Nanado, a share ya we see yes or more audit up to date. You know what so much in say that $10 million almost spending. What is Obi I actually say
now I know that Makayan $5.5 billion. I know that contract and by the
Ofa Minister of Finance $1 million Edema a year of Safumafu ni partners. Up to this, $1 million, and I'm not shooting out the price of Domlebu. That's a whole problem. Because of we move on. $1 million will be a coach, almost $8 million, $1 million. We are not cotton. We are €8 million one transaction. $1 million. Appointments are more appointee. Ura Kwame Ousu Iceman as a board chairman for Ghana Revenue Authority. Within just a space of a month, waiting and installing 11 ACs air conditioning just in 2-bedroom. What are we talking about? 9.6 billion cedis. Corruption. Leaders in 2017 as the South Carolina Auditor General the better up to now. $17,000 per hour private jet and air fly private jet at the expense of the taxpayer. And the minus custom. They are not manufacturing company.
They are not
minister at the presidency. Bribe Edema Star FM journalist over Galamsey Exposé. What are you talking about? National Health Insurance Sika 17 million Ghana cedis. $3.9 million. Appointment managing director Edema Keta Seaport. Keta Seaport up in Amino Kasano. There's nothing like Keta Seaport.
Yes, I done a white elephant. Whole airport. No.
Ena ukwaswa edi koko biebu wa bisu Charles Bisi mu a yɛtwe wɔn video so ana te wɔn video so a wɔn gye bribe ɛwɔ galamsey yɛ fɛ sɛ excavators a etutu yɛ wɔn nya ataban overnight a wɔn tutu yɛ no up to now ɛkɔ akɔsi sɛ saa excavators no ɛwɔ he inankyɛn ɛna saa excavators no ɛwɔ hukumu a ɛsa akɔ akɔpie mu saa $12 million fertilizer a planting for food jobs a wɔn sɛ ayira up to now ɔman ti sɛ Ghana $12 million amount of what of money fertilizer ayira na na do say we do we get that kind of corruption.
All right.
Sa Aisha one omo no water your friend say galamsey nsem yi. Then ko emrekwa ye jam free a okoye Ghana 14 me mufo a omo aye omo man omo so omo get the same galamsey no. They do ma papa kutu. Then e ko so. O share sign your friend say $12.5 million sole source contract for blood distribution drones. So that now you know opposition no mukaso so the entry and any other ni awon kika then akwakosi and then me no kata no okwa pon kata maso municipal assembly 297,585 Ghana cedis aira up to date it means traces as card and you know na akwakoshe as card we share $14 million Ministry of Tourism onko you see see just for capacity building $40 million for just capacity building. And then capacity building no. Yoko official Nanado epamono simply because na we be na market Nanado say on prosecution on one official. Omu shake na so omu di market na work at asian for you. And then akwakosi. And then akwakosi. Once the time na we who show obi to say friend say your friends owura Kwame Nsu ankasa nso ono ankasa board time for Ghana Revenue Authority and no Maritime Authority for share just about 2 bedroom residential located at $1 million Ghana just 2 bedroom I was looking
radio interview no be a radio interview
Ghana Maritime Authority head on lunch the papa could just lunch 7 million posted.
Honorable, now what do I know is here, man?
Then this is what delegation conference we call UN delegation. This is one of the delegation, largest delegation. Just because of the GMPC. Almost $7.5 million property. If we almost CEO, almost current CEO, the former company, almost $7.5 million. Less than 3 years, less than 4 years. With my papa Bubu at Teresa, Jango Jengo, inside the national cathedral. And then minimum I Kasani or my money, Yanni of Yasaf and the president, the national cathedral and Semapapus. Sika with the G that day, or my Sika with Mutako Bomu, or my parliamentary approval, and Bemu, Mutako Bomu, because of Nanado no of us, and not a Nina, a minister for finance. They feel say the country belongs to them and they can touch the money at any point in time that they want. Due process.
That's right.
We all know what is happening. Yakwa Adwa Saposwa for $8,500 from National Health Insurance for a coin event on my account. I will do 2 for US. And then I'm more born.
Honorable, about to us watching now. Watch now, bet you bet to us. In
7 days, or 1, and I can say, Yano, and now going on over the can't get to us. And yet, I will show it by Peter McLean. In charge of a Ghana Port and Amos Authority, Leary, almost hand you over juicy contract at the man. Nancy say solicit $8 million bribe for the defense of AKUFO-ADDO Baumia. And opposition, dubious $89 million, dubious Caldini GVG contract. You see, about opposition, CEO Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company are awarding fictitious contract. Sanyama with Nya issue, Yankan Semu. Ocean Metro Max, $1 million Ghana cedis, and the value to Metro Max buses are almost 10 years. Under value of $100.2 million Ghana cedis so source street light contract.
Honorable Medase.
Street light. Oh, say you cut the can.
That's right.
These people will not have anything to even speak about.
Honorable.
The corruption is so monumental, so huge today, to the sense that look at the way they planned the country's economy into abyss.
All right. Honorable.
They dare not even come and talk anything about corruption.
Yeah,
and the Obi ultimately 44 billion. It's me dear and then another the Mama Dauma, Temna 3. Nanado ba it mean opportunity. Also yet maybe see office or on a shop on my own war running.
Honorable, ever does
the white papa each. I could see a person the friends of one hospital near one session near one papa.
Honorable Medase.
Cocoa Achim water expansion project as I bush and man of the year.
And the Mama almost
200 billion. Account their board on my
Honorable Medase, Madam Wase, Honorable Yedibesia, Madam Wase, Papa.
Now, one manakasa, one mamankasa.
Hey, what's that?
800,000 800,000.
Honorable
Apostle, and yes, I will Yamini Prata,
Honorable Kofi so nim se wona odi kakasa me ba honorable am se wona oh no honorable am se wona odi kakasa you anambo
Anthony odi kakasa me
me pa cho
and odi salaw
Anthony Jeza people Delta forces
that's right
your man move court
the problem Apostle one dedicate Razak and Wakasa
honorable Madam was
5 billion liters naira.
And the Apostle why a software too.
Honorable me pa cho 30 seconds ni opeso kan
9 million the mechanic minister edu procure fake chemicals
the mechanic doctor and a free travel for memory investigate
for top government positions 17.
Hey, and then honorable attacks all back by you.
As usual of NDC. And then as usual of NDC, they are not surprised. As usual of NDC, they are not surprised.
Honorable Babjo, near me Pamcho, near Beba say, if you are me by Fiada, honorable Razak, near honorable Kofi, me here was studio, and tea. Your best na mobi piha na ye dia sise so
friends appointing the friends
Honorable Kofi Aponsa but your 30 seconds 30 seconds
because Ghana cities almost spending our energy bonds. So.
And then the honorable Razak.
Oh yeah, you can also endorse just from company. And also
Razak, oh this salary. Yamane Fadi ni me we send the barricade the salary. Me tell Nyame ma o munyam continue by ni Nigeria
adokro or friend of my opinion na do ni.
Honorable Razak.
Le o salade e ma onatie na ja rantre ma waka go
nsama meka no e
Kofi Gabi ni enko
me do salade e ma waka
Kofi ni sheka nsama meka no e no kra e da public ni
o de ma na Gabi o peso karo me ko ya mama Gabi di enya nti ma
na me ne ka o ya me ka
me pa jo ma Kofi Gabi ni enko
honorable Razak, minister can we make us a
Kofi would a year so Kofi Kawasam ni enko Kofi Kawasam ni enko
me we say Razak and na busi nyina barika de sala
all right
nyame ema nkrofo na ntwia wo mukunkumi ono so onto ne nsem no nku bi ma na busia na ape e free na ekone so nyame moa no no nka no pre na mo usia ndisi fo so ban na onka no kre ntere Ghana for because the way we sit here no or will be our future. Na meaning say in politics and so no. The way we sit na na mo no. Na me be pajane the nedru baby. It me wish you good luck. I want the sala odi.
Honorable, final words be a what the bema
final words
Muslim for no.
and then we will say be a baraka sala. We are Muslim or we are Muslim or be a sala no yin yan yaton say didi. We should be a na yamfa sala yi sacrifice ya na yamfa empire bucket here empire or manga nechi. Na the quarter bi so wa a obetumi aye a ebesisa oman economy na yetimenya awonto omudia omufambra nyankopon ye bonfa na nyankopon hira na omuma sa adwene mba beda wo no mutimi mbwan na yetimi ma oman no entumpo oman no konini bida obi bia eda PAPALAW radio ni production team no nyaase.
Yes, you have done massive.
And there's a program no near dedicated.
If you are the money, if you are the money,
and the PAPALAW dedicated that in your mouth. Fan up a do sala. You better massive.
500.
Politicians will always be politicians. Anyway, is 9:28 a.m. GMT, the studios of PAPALAW Radio is streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. Stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect. I'm going for a break. I'll be right back.
Asampayetia Obayansa fuso obunuye wanka na asam ze mafutu sam kakre wa supeme yo kofi oman ya woman omani ya mama genyi baby ako wacha za ya wareni wonsom wanyinyi pa asa dipa wo fioye Yamo yembera ye, ebe ya ifina. Omaya umano, omaya mamana. Ati waye nora, nyamichata, nyamana renya. Wanso wanyinyipa, sawaya wanabe. Yamo yembera ye, ebe ya ifina. Wanso wanyinyipa. Zadepa ofioyo kamo yamburaye abeya efiana amabeya efiana amabeyo asite beya efiana oh amabeya efiana yana kamo yamburaye abeya obrayu arabo Yamishira, Mamani Paya, the Fua, and Yanum. Yafanya Misroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, Obraya Boya. Sampayetia Obayansa fusu wo munye wonka na asam Say mafutu sam kakre wa supeme Yo kofi oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi baby ako Wacha ya wareni Wonsom wanini pa
Wonsom yadini pa na ye Oman Yamenodia Ghana Yamenodia 34 minutes on top of the hour 9 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.mountainghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Still on the Assin North election. Currently we have MP elect Honorable Gyakye Quayson. He was declared winner of yesterday's by-election in Assin North. I have on the line to speak on this subject Honorable Daniel Ashiama. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning. PAPALAW Radio. How are you?
We are doing very well. Welcome to PAPALAW Radio and Mpɔtam Morning Show.
Thank you very much. Good morning to your listeners.
That's right. So how's the family and our plant?
Everything is fine. This morning I wanted to go to do in agric science we call it cultural practices.
Okay. That's right. That's right.
But I drizzled, so I pulled up a bit in the room.
Yeah. So you are not doing cross-pollination and the other ones?
In cassava it should be grafting, but that will not be possible.
Okay.
I want fresh cassava for the family and close friends like you.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honorable, yesterday was a victorious win for the NDC, your candidate, the same candidate you presented in 2020 elections, the apex court of the land, the Supreme Court declaring that Honorable Gyakye Quayson's name should be expunged from the records of Parliament. And so Parliament also wrote to the EC indicating that the seat, Assin North seat, has become vacant, and therefore they must prepare for a by-election. Yesterday, by God's grace, your candidate became the eventual winner. What did the trick? I always ask.
Thank you very much, and I say good morning to our listeners.
That's right.
In the first place, the NDC, myself, and Gyakye Quayson will say thank you to Ghanaians.
That's right.
Who have had that confidence in the party, in the candidate, and in the constituents, and to vote for him again to become their representative in Parliament. Now, so many things have done the trick. So many things. A lot of things have done the trick.
Tell us.
And from our party side, as NDC, we have realized how the 8th Parliament have been very, very checky and checking the government. And checky in terms of the speaker who comes from NDC taking decision and the government trying to oppose it, using the first deputy speaker, Ose Usu. Budget was thrown out, he has accepted it and all that. The speaker will not vote, the Supreme Court said the speaker could vote. So you realize that.
Yeah, right from the word go, yes. That's a good
option. Has become very, very uncomfortable with the parliament composition. Because if I should speak, and I am speaking as a member of parliament in 7th Parliament, I saw what Professor Michael Quay did to this nation. Professor Michael Quay, if we should say, Professor Michael Quay, Nanado, Baumia, and Kenufureta, they have wrecked this nation. These people.
On what basis?
On the basis that when loans are brought, when policies are brought to the floor of the House, Professor Michael Quay will not allow us or listen to the minority's advice. Once it is brought, you just be passing them. And so this senior man, I'll not call it old man, senior man of ours, upon his professorship and
he was a reverend minister, he was a lawyer, and then the Speaker of Parliament.
That is where I'm coming. Professorship, reverendship, and lordship has brought this country to its knees. So you see that if Parliament is a serious game changer, that the Parliament always debate drag issues, but that on the side of the MPP, they are very, very uncomfortable. So as they are uncomfortable, they try to use all means to make sure that their, their diabolic plans came to fruition. Look at Professor Michael Quay sitting in a chair and approving PDS. Can you imagine this? Look at him sitting down, trying to approve a Japan. He's the one. They were just approving loans for this incompetent Kenufureta. It was Parliament. So sometimes I feel so insulted.
So to speak, in a cool chop, I mean, the majority were having cool chops. I mean, once we table it, we'll get it because we have the numbers.
Yes, they were using the numbers 169 to 106. So there is nothing we could say, and they wrecked this country to this level, to the extent that they have to take Ghanaian individuals' money. They will not pay them. That is what they were looking for again in the 8th Parliament, and it couldn't happen. So they are very, very bitter, but it is God who has saved us. So the MPP, in its quest to ensure that their diabolical plans and policies, fantasy policies, come into place again, they want majority numbers and the approval of LGBTQ thing. Yes, so they want numbers. So wanting these numbers to exhibit your diabolic plans, you need members of Parliament. So they frustrate this, our colleague, Honorable Gyakye Quayson, elect, to the extent that the Supreme Court has said that his name should be expunged from the books of Parliament. My brother, in fact, even I can say authoritatively that the Chief Justice don't know what it takes an MP to win a seat. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. And after going through all these pains, all this stress, by the stroke of pen, you've ordered that they should expunge his name. Now it has come to by-election again. So with the NPP, they are looking for an opportunity to have 138 to 139 to 136 members. So 139 majority, 136 that would be the minority if the question were to lose. So that was their agenda. So that it will not be like it is the independent candidate that was voting for them. Because they know very well that asking the speaker to vote, they are even uncomfortable with that. They know they are uncomfortable, but they are doing it. They threw the rule of law to the dogs, and they are meting out bad governance on us mercilessly. So they needed one member of parliament. And so the NDC to realize that no, if we allow these people to take this particular seat, then it means these people will have a field day, and it will be an indictment of our organization as a party. And also, we need to support the Assin people, explain matters to them, to make sure that they understand that it is the government machination that gets Gyakye Quayson out of parliament. And for that matter, something must be done to bring him back. You saw the president going to tell the people, the person you have voted for, that this person will be jailed. Our president, who is a lawyer. So you know they have an agenda. And so that is why I'm saying that I thank Assin North people for show of this maturity, understanding of politics, where the videos that I'm even seeing this morning, they are questioning the governing party that if you know you develop our area, why must you wait until now to do so whilst we have the by-elections? They ask questions, and people say that the MPP people, there are some videos that are saying that, oh, they are what? Criminals. This is the grassroots people talking. It is not the political party person or frontline person like me or the other senior members of the party. So it is very good that the people have understood the message that the NDC people have sent to them and explained to them in towns, villages, cottages. They did all this, and that is why every NDC member and every Ghanaian must be happy, and the NPP must feel the pain, not because they have lost, but because they have not delivered for the people. The people have given them all the natural resources, all the financial resources of this country, but they tend to love their pocket more than the people. They love their property owning more than the people. The people's projects are not adhered to. The people's education were not adhered to. The people's health were not adhered to. And that is the pain in the people. And I am telling you, there is nothing that MPP could do if you know, if you can read political calendar very well. In this 1.5 years, there is nothing they can do to change the situation. And so it has made people bitter. Ghanaians know when projects should be accomplished for them before you even come for their votes. But any political party who is trying to change project, fresh project for votes, will be annoying the constituents of Ghanaians. And that is the position where the MPP has gotten itself now. And I am telling them, the fire has started from Assin, because the people have spoken. The videos are there, and it is going to spread through the whole country. And then the people know that, yes, if you rush to my constituency today to construct a road, then I know it is because of vote. Then I'll also ask you a question. Why didn't you do it in the past 6 years? But it is now 7th and 8th year that you want to do the job. Is it because we are going for election? That is the dilemma in which the MPP finds itself today. But it is very, very unfortunate, that our government, the government Ghanaians have voted for, can be so disappointing, always blaming Russia and Ukraine. Meanwhile, the loans that you have taken, you did not send any to Ukraine or Russia. Blaming COVID. Meanwhile, during COVID time, even corporate Ghana, individual Ghanaians have donated money to this government. Till today, we don't know how much corporate Ghana or individual Ghanaians have given to this government. The government has become so uncountable. It's not ready to account to the people. And that is the problem that the current government has had. With all the disasters we have had, he has enjoyed from it, especially the COVID. So much money comes from outside, so much logistics of materials, nose masks, vaccines came from outside into this country. But look at the loan we took and gave the money to the Minister of Health. He went and keep or deposit our money abroad. Whilst we are suffering down here, the national health insurance is not working, but our $81 million is languishing into the accounts of the Americans or Europeans. The health sector is not working, but you have ordered ambulances that have not yet come. Papa Apostle,
yes, sir.
Are the 26 ambulances back? Maybe you are in Accra, in the village. Have they arrived yet?
We are yet to see.
You see, this is the government that we have voted for, managing our limited resources like Arabian kings, throwing money to the dogs, whilst the people in the country are suffering. And so yesterday was a wake-up call, and I prayed to God. Papa Apostle, you always say praying to God.
That's right.
I pray to God, and I'll continue to pray to God that this government, this current NPP government, God should let this cup pass us. It should not fall on our head again, because they have caused us pain, so much pain in this nation. When you talk to them, they don't look at figures anymore. We are talking about Nanato alone borrowing over 500 billion Ghana cedis. All the projects we see in the era of Atamils and Mahama were just 111 billion Ghana cedis loan. You have taken 500 billion and still counting. Why can't we get about 5 times of University of Ghana Medical Hospital? Why can't we get about 10 times of the Rich Hospital? When you talk, they'll say, oh, the cost of Rich Hospital is very high. Yes, we have built something. You are saying the cost is high. You took the money and chopped it without building anything. And you say you are the best. In fact, this is a big pain. And that is why the elections of yesterday is the beginning of a journey to the promised land. The promised land where Ghanaians will be delivered. Any political party can win this election, but I'll be so sad to see NPP winning again, which I know God will always forbid. Not because I hate the NPP people, no. Not because I hate the party, no. But because we need to right the wrong at this stage. Where we are today, we need to right the wrongs. Things were just falling apart as if we don't have a government. Look at the traffic lights. Look at the street lights. Look at the roads. Look at the industries. The businesses have collapsed. Look at the type of taxes they have brought under these businesses in this country. You created one district, one factory fantasy policy, and you brought in taxes to kill it, because the cost of unit of product will be so high that the company cannot operate. NPP people could not see this. This is simple business analysis. They couldn't see it. They are putting up story buildings. They are putting up skyscrapers. because they believe in their personal property owning democracy, which is not good for everybody. Because you are going to tell my child that your father Daniel Kwesi Ashama Wambobra. Meanwhile, you have stolen our money, everybody's money, to put up a story building. And you ask me who has stolen what? Until Kenoforiata will be able to come out to show us how he has retrieved the 52.5 billion that has gone into unknown accounts in Ukaishi. I'll continue to say MPP people have stolen our money. MPP people have stolen our money until he come out to account to us the $300 million. Pierre Laporte says that he did not account for until Kenoforiata and the MPP come to account this money. I'll continue to call them thieves who have taken our money until Kenoforiata comes out to tell us the 10 million Ghana cedis that was set aside for the frontline health workers during COVID, until they come and show us how he has spent that money. I'll continue to call them thieves. If he can show us the money and I've realized that he has not stolen our money, I'll start my words. That is today, and that is what has aimed at him.
Honorable, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to talk to you. We are grateful.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll call you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Same to you, my brother.
That was Honorable Daniel Ashiama speaking to the issue Assin not by election. I'll go for a quick break. When I'm back, we'll wrap up. Stick and stay right here in Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect.
Yamishira, Mamani Paya, the Fua, and Yanum. Yafanya Mistroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, Abraham, and Moyamurae, Abeya, Efianara, Amabaya, Efianara, Ejanova, Asitana, Efianara.
AM GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We stream it live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com, or mine be ye Femino Mianuara. David Santos,
Attorney General.
Yes, Yvonne Nelson. I'm interested in this issue because it's
a youth
Aha, yes, I acquire mic and a pen.
Yeah.
But I call you to mic, no. Now I consult the pen.
The pen.
Get nature pa.
We so error paper.
A plus and so I bet you be.
A plus.
Or see Yvonne Nelson officer. Now no can officer shot in Ibedian Shatawali. Sako the Omekasa. Into the book back or bow, better rap back. Or the book 10 bow, better rap
10. But you know, people don't for Sarkodie is somebody who, if you are saying something about him,
that go scot free.
No, it's not like you. Yes, you don't go scot free, but don't be expecting reply to come at that particular time.
Yeah.
Okay. When you sleep and you thought everything is
but
gone.
Other people are also of the view that he's a known MPP person, so he's trying to save. We call it face saving for the MPP's defeat, because now the attention has been shifted on social media. People are not discussing the Assin election. Yes. Everybody is now talking about
Sarkodie.
Sarkodie has responded.
Yeah.
And then no less than maybe 1 hour, Yvonne has also tweeted. She keep tweeting. Almost every hour.
Yeah.
So people are of the view that maybe he was paid to strategically come out at this sensitive time for the jubilation of the NDC's victory.
Oh, you know, I wouldn't say he was paid to do that, honestly.
But don't you think it's a strategic tool?
Yes,
take the attention from the political victory of the NDC, and then because people feel he relates and coordinates well with the MPP.
You know, when it comes to most of the creative artists, Sarkodie is one of the best when it comes to creating something. Yes, creativity is one of the people who stand tall, because
Shatta too is good.
Yes, Shatta is good. I will not say Shatta is not good. Shatta is good.
Shatta is my man.
Shatta is your man. But this person, he will sit down quietly. When you don't expect him to come into the scene, that is when he will bring something to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
That is one thing about him. And so, you know, that's what I'm saying. That I'm not surprised. Wabe reply Yvonne Nelson with a song, because Onunu say I didn't cause now.
I saw a new thing.
Yes.
Obe respond here. You na.
Onu.
Na me coming quiet. Coming kocho.
Who got you? Who got you there? Or any dear one or the befa.
But it drew baby some sensitive words on women. That's where the feminists have issue.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say when I was sleeping with you, you were also with another man and all that. So, but people also feel this was a private issue and you brought it out. So, fakitwa beje kesiye.
No.
Atika.
And then Omuno say if they are doing beef songs,
yeah,
it's different. The way they go hard on words is different. Yeah. So that is one of the things. But you know, with this kind of allegation and everything that is going on, as you said, the last time you were even advising me, I didn't know why.
That's right.
And yen na short no yen keep it to ourselves. Most of the things now also later and I even say also or the aye nyumpo people don't normally pay attention to what he's saying, and so I don't want this to take much of the time, and I say it to draw people attention. It will be like conflict.
Anyway, they've been able to achieve that. They've been able to achieve.
Yeah, attention with your magic.
All attention is on social media.
Yeah,
and on social media is the Sarkodie Yvonne Nelson. I mean,
but you see, a lot of people names are in this book. Why only Sarkodie? You see, that's the
marketing tool. I mean, that's strategic. Anyway, all the issues discussed today from the beginning to the end. We had a reporter wrap up his
everything.
Assignment at Assin North with us. Your mentor came, Mr. John Appiah, the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. He also came in, and then we had the politicians taking the center stage, Honorable Razak, and then Honorable Kofi Amponsah, and then finally Honorable Ashama.
All right, Attorney, thank you so much.
Yes,
I would like to use this opportunity to thank each and everyone who supported us yesterday for the by-election. We are grateful for always being with us and also giving their full support, applauding us as well as we are doing a good job. I'll also use this to say a very big thank to Kweku-Efriye for a great report yesterday, and today finally he wrapped up on the by-election that took off yesterday. Kweku-Efriye, you have done great work. I must say that keep it up. Very soon we will celebrate you for your good work. We thank you for the updates and everything that we got to know about the election. You have given it to us, and so we are grateful for that. Attorney, from there, I will go to Mr. John Appiah.
Right.
Don't forget that he is my mentor. And then today, the teaching was on CV writing. And he has educated us on CV writing, what you are supposed to write in your CV.
That's right.
And the things that you are not supposed to put it out or put it into your CV nicely. And most of the time we don't even know that, writing nicknames and all that into your CV, that doesn't show you are a serious person. And so today I got to know that when you are writing a CV, those nicknames and all that, you have to forgo out. And he made mention of that. And then you make sure that you write your full name and then the contact too. He said we shouldn't add when
referees.
Yes.
Or maybe I might have issue with the referee.
Yeah.
So the moment I see the name and details, I can just throw it in.
Exactly.
That's a good one.
Yes, and then we should stop
on request.
Yes, on request.
If they request for it, then.
Yeah, exactly. And also, when you are writing your CV, your contact, your telephone number, the one that you always have with you, you have to put that line or that contact into your CV, not the line that is in the house. It's not always that you be in the house or the office, and so probably you have to put the telephone number that you carry along with you. You have to put that one, and then the email. He made mention of the email. Attend me crapo. I say Nansanya na me change media because me email I say name na me demand no. Na a nickname, right. This kind of guy name.
To use corporate one.
Exactly. So today too, I've learned something better from that one. And then know your he said you have to also put some things like skills and attach your achievement to your CV. That will also make it rich. Not per se, CV is not about writing book. It's something that you just summarize what you have done, what you are capable of doing, and all that into your CV. Ebimu CV attorney. Ebimu CV na omu yifri winimo obeka se job interview we am going the ISM is call back bill because here the end there offer as a 3 A4 sheet per and I are clipping but ebimu die na ohu a na omu free visa
book
enya gro
ose
ehun hia
tu no ne brofo tenten descriptions adjectives akese
yes
ose to twene
ehun hia
unyuma na be kire
exactly
so don't also lie. Don't lie
yes.
in your CV. Make sure and watch that there for the resume and then the CV.
Yeah.
CV need more detailed.
Yeah. Yes.
Resume.
Yeah.
And no quadruple and no more use
one. Yes. And so thank you for that. And so these are some of the things that we have learned so far from Mr. John Appiah on writing a CV. And also don't forget that this coming Saturday they are holding a program, and so we are inviting each and everyone to be present.
Library conference room, University of Ghana.
Yeah. And so
it's happening live 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
We're going to be engaging. First, the early bird is 150 Ghana cedis, and then those who get a ticket at the gate is 200 Ghana.
Yeah, sure.
Let's rush now.
Okay, and Atene, let me go straightly to Honorable Razak and then Honorable Amponsa, their message that they put it out today. But Atene, do you know something?
Yes,
when
sir.
we are talking about by-election, we are NDC winning. I heard Honorable Razak Abdul saying that
dress rehearsal.
Yes.
A determinant to say 2024 MPP will lose.
Yeah, and I also
you
like
think they shouldn't tackle themselves.
Yes, and I also like the fact that
he was quick to add that it does not also mean it's a done deal. They have a lot of work to do.
I tell you, one thing they should know is that if probably MPP were able to win these seats, they could have relaxed a little. But now that they have lost,
they are going to work.
The reason why they are not talking too much is that they are doing their rehearsals. They are fasting their bed to come hard, because this should tell them that so upon all the money that we took inside this
almost can do already.
And then the development that we have placed at Assin, all this we have lost. Something different must be taken, or different action must be taken.
So you think we should end the AKUFO-ADDO Baumia factor?
We should end it. We should end it.
So if you are with the MPP, that will be your advice. So that we go for a new face, somebody who is harmless, somebody who is blameless.
You see, right now, what can help the MPP is that somebody that doesn't have any image,
identity.
And the person that if we want to consider, then it's Alan. Because even if you ask the NDC people about Alan, they don't have anything to say about Alan.
That's right.
So it's like most of the people, even NDC members, even love Alan Cash, and so that is a plus to them. If they can put their eyes down, if they want to break the 8, then that is all. Atene, whilst I'm ending, Atene, a leader is regarded as what? As a servant. So why should a leader be superior and more powerful than the people that he or she is serving?
That's right.
That is an error.
Now we have rulers.
Thank you very much.
Leaders.
Thank you very much.
A leader serves and shows the way.
Yes.
A ruler lords himself over the people.
Yes. But what do we see in this country? All we see is that our leaders are not serving the country. They are becoming more superior, and arrogant. Atene, our country will not move forward if we don't stop the unnecessary comparison.
That's right.
The reason why we are
polarization is too much.
We are complaining.
That's right.
That is the more reason why we are not developing.
When we have discourse with them, that's all they told, the line they all told.
So that's
NDC did this.
MPP did that and all that.
Why didn't you prosecute them, or why are you not prosecuting them? And they will give you another story.
We will not move forward. Atene, we will not move forward. Atene, my last point is that the constitution can be reviewed today, but if the people who are supposed to protect the law, enforce the law, to make sure that nobody violate or break the rules of the law that we are placed into the 1992 constitution, Atene, is a waste of time, waste of knowledge, waste of thinking, because no country, Atene, there's no country that is being developed or is a developed country that is not being ruled by law. What makes a country to develop and stand out as genuine and unique is law.
That's right.
And so when your laws are not working, when your laws are weak, your country will be weak. Everything you do in your country will be. Go to the US. It's law.
Yeah.
The law is working. That's so right. Probably they are going to be the toughest country. Right. And so we should also apply that here. So that is my submission on today's show so far.
Right. That's right. Thank you so much. 10 minutes on top of the hour, 10 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online, radiobox.com. This is where we draw the curtains on today's edition, Wednesday edition of Mpɔtam Morning Show, your favorite morning show. Stick and stay and enjoy the rest of our program. Nana Ban Anna next on your radio. Cheslina will come your way with Pillow Drive. And Kofi Yesu will also come your way with Ghana and Sensem. I came, I saw, and I conquered. The name remains PAPALAW Perfect. Straight up, don't crooked up. I'm out.